Good morning, my friends. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I don't have the top to my microphone. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Where did my little fuzzy microphone go? Here it is. I found it. I found it, guys. Good morning. Our dad's here. How are you, my friends? So, Suture Art, Faith, Modoc, Eduardo. Hello, J-Bone, GW, Tyson, Faith. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are going to be doing some drown. Let's do some drown today. Today we are, you guys voted. You all voted. And over One Piece, over Zelda, over the Turtles, you all wanted me to do a Batman the Animated Series in a Marvel style. Wait a minute, James. Wait a minute. Isn't that a DC property? Well, you are right. You are right. So how wouldn't it be just drawing regular Batman? Well, I thought to myself, one of the reasons I was hesitant to do that, because a lot of you have been asking for a tribute to Kevin Conroy. For those of you who don't know, Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman from Batman the Animated Series. Some say he is the quintessential Batman. He is Batman. And a lot of you wanted me to do a tribute to the memory of Kevin Conroy. And again, condolences to the family of Kevin Conroy. And be a nice way to remember the legacy of Kevin Conroy today. A fitting tribute, as my friend Hammerbush says here today. So I agree. So how am I going to make this different, okay, than me just drawing a regular DC Batman? Well, I thought about it. And again, this is why I was a little hesitant. Like, wouldn't that just be me drawing Batman? But then I thought to myself, okay, what if I take the aesthetics of Batman the Animated Series, the proportions of Batman the Animated Series, and then make them draw them in my rendered style? How would that look? Because, if I was just going to draw regular Batman, wouldn't that just be the same as me, as David Finch drawing Batman officially, or Jason Fabok, or all of those acclaimed Batman artists? How much different would that be? Okay, so when we are going to draw Batman here, he's going to have the proportions, the look of a Bruce Timm. Bruce Timm, for don't know, he's the designer of Batman the Animated Series. A Bruce Timm animated series Batman. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go for here today. Okay, so you're gonna see me doing a little bit wider proportions, but we're going to do it in that way. Okay, so Marvel style is just what I call my style, mainly because it's more marketable. And I think this will get a lot of clicks. People are like, what? Batman in a Marvel style? How are you going to draw them? Are you going to draw him with goofy jokes? And other things I could say, but I'll get canceled? There you go. So, I as you can see here, I'm going to try to draw him. First of all, I'm going to try to draw him just as you see him in the animated series. Let's start with that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now I did want to start off today also giving a little shout out to a couple of birthdays today. I do want to give a shout out to a couple of birthdays today. First of all, to my very, very good friend, former editor. I think if you guys remember him, his name is Martin. I'm not sure if you guys remember him. Just one second, I'm gonna blow my nose. Blow my nose for you, Martin. There you go. Morning allergies, guys. Morning. By the way, it's snowstorming here in Toronto, Canada. The snow's coming. Winter is here, my friends. Winter is here in Toronto. A shout out to my buddy Martin. Martin, who used to edit a lot of my videos and has actually been with me since day one. Martin and a lot of the guys I actually currently work with, they were big help to me and my channel, growing my channel and my channel for being what it is today. So thank you to my buddy Martin. Happy birthday to my buddy Martin. Happy birthday, my friend. Right now he's doing extremely well. Extremely well. He's a CEO of a company now. And well deserved. He's just an awesome dude. So love you, Martin. Love you, buddy. So big happy birthday to Martin. And another big happy birthday to someone very special to me. My dad. It's my dad's birthday today. How old's my dad? My dad would be... I have to do the math in my head. Because in 3 years he's going to be... What is it, 2022? In 4 years. So that would make him 76. My dad is 76 years old today. So a big happy birthday to my dad. My dad is 76 years old today. So we're going to be celebrating later today. Hopefully the snow won't get in our way. But we are going to have a fun birthday with my dad at one of his favorite restaurants, Red Lobster. You guys like Red Lobster? You have Red Lobster where you are in the world? Red Lobster. I'd like me some Red Lobster. Yummy. How does that fit into carnivore? Well, I'm going to have to get maybe I'll just do the shrimp. It's going to be hard because, no matter what, there's probably going to be like seed oils and stuff in there. So it's okay. Once in a while. I know as long as it doesn't... I know if I have a carb, it will totally throw my diet off, but I think if I had just a little bit of seed oil, it's not gonna kill it. I should ask my friend Mario if that's the case. Ask my friend Mario. Mario is the bodybuilder. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today, my friend. A lot of fun today, as we are. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today because not only am I drawing this, but I'm also going to answer your question as well. I would like to make each of these streams as educational as possible for all of you. It's your chance to learn. Okay, from a guy with over 20 years experience, professional experience. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay. For the longest time, and so you can see here. We're starting off by giving him the animated series look, okay? So, a lot of you have been asking me to do tutorials, and I mentioned yesterday that it's really not my thing. It's really not my thing to go, hey guys, draw this line here, this line there, if I draw this line here. Yes, but however, the more I thought about it yesterday, the more when you're watching me live, it kind of is a tutorial. Like you just follow what I do, as long as the drawing is clear, you can actually see what I'm doing. You can follow along, and hopefully I don't move too fast for you to follow along. But it kind of is a tutorial if you think about it, and because the more I think about these streams here, they're more educational than entertainment, I think. And that's what I'd like it to be, okay? Because at the end of the day, I do want to help you. I do want to help you. But I don't want to go draw this line here to here, and then this line here to here. And now we're going to do some... I'd rather... It's more like show and tell. I'll show you how to do it, okay? And then you guys just go ahead and do it, okay? So can we agree? This is very animated series proportions, right? Can we agree with that? Animation proportions. Let me, by the way, what I do like to do is hide my camera. So I'm keeping the animated series proportions, but then I'm going to render it in my style, okay? So as you can see here, that is very animated series like. So if I were just to ink it like this, That's the animated series right here. Very Bruce Timm animated series. Just like that. Okay? But then I got to go ahead and render it like my style. That's what we're gonna. It's pretty much the same premise as we did the when we did whenever I do something like Dragon Ball. It's very similar. I'm trying to think about the shoulders though. Do I want the cape? I think I do want the cape over. I do want to see the shoulders. So Eduardo's watching it too. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. Okay. So we'll see how many characters I draw, guys. Again, I always like to just keep it at keep these pieces 2 days at the max. Hey, to be honest, if I could do it in 1 day, it's even better. Fantastic. But you know, I'd like to take my time with these pieces. It'll be very interesting. It'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah, love Bruce Timm's boxy style. I agree. But we'll see how I turn that boxy style. So the proportions will be the same as a Bruce Timm boxy style. The proportions will be the same, but then it will just be rendered in my style. Good morning, Mario. Good morning. Or good afternoon, good night. There you go. It's more show than tell. That's right. There you go. So, Suture Art's got it right. Okay. So, again, guys, if you want to ask me a question, then you want me to ask a question. Free for all, any question, as long as it is not political, as long as it doesn't make us sad. This is a happy place where we can come no matter what's going on in the world. No matter what's going on. We could just come here and try to forget everything and just draw, okay? And have a good time together, okay? Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome in the stream. As long as we have respect. You know, respect. Capital R-E-S-P-E-C-K. But question is here's a question. How do you actually ask me a question in the stream? Let me show you how. And I mentioned this before, but I will show you guys. This is how you ask me a question in the stream, okay? If you put in the chat, I might not see it. What I want you to do, again, I'm going to go back here. Go to the community tab, okay? This is the community tab here. And then you ask your questions here, all right? So this top post here, ask your questions to be answered tomorrow's live stream today. See at 4 a.m. Okay, so if I go to my channel, so go to my channel, whether on my phone, on your phone, or whatever, go to the community tab here, community, and then go to the top post here. Ask your questions. This is where you ask me the questions, not the chat, guys, okay? I will address the chat, okay, when I can. And then I go newest first here. But I will start at the bottom. I'm going to start at the bottom here. So I'm going to actually answer Desmond's question here first. So thank you, Desmond, and thank you to everyone who asked a question. So go ask there. If you ask your questions here, and I actually think I missed a few questions yesterday. Maybe I'll start there. There were a few questions I missed yesterday. I'm going to answer those first. I'm going to answer those particular questions first. In fact, let me just go there quickly before I continue drawing here. I'm just going to answer just a couple of the questions from yesterday first, because I realized I missed quite a few questions yesterday. So, sorry. Player's Life sent me a very interesting question here. Player's Life sent me a very, very, very interesting question. Okay, so let me turn off the music to read you this question that Player's Life sent to me. Okay, here we go. Player's Life asked this very, very profound question. Shout through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name, and angels are okay. All right. An angel's smile is what you sell. You promised me heaven and burn me through hell. Chain of love got a hold on me. Passion of prince, you can't break free. Oh, you're loaded gun. He put the whole lyrics to "Will You Give Love a Bad Name." Put all the lyrics to there. I'm about to sing the whole thing, but it's literally 4:00 in the morning. I don't want to wake up my kids. So there you go. Very inspirational question. You are correct, Sly Fox. There you go. But the real question, he has a very profound question here. Players 5311 life. Can you draw a cat on a toilet reading a newspaper that's entitled "How to Get 9 Wives"? Okay. All right. So never mind. Maybe this question asking was a bad idea. Okay. Next question. Keenan Bales asks, how long did it take you to learn muscle anatomy? It's a long going process, and it took me a little slower. It took me a little slower because, again, I took technical illustration instead of interpretive illustration in college. So for those of you, I told that story before, but let's just say the technical illustration, we actually focus more on things like buildings, perspective, inking cleanly, like all that stuff. And we never really got to learn anatomy. So a lot of the anatomy, that's why after college, I couldn't draw people that well after college. Because of the wonderful things he does. No, because I never learned it. So okay, I gotta get a step on. I should put the timer on, guys, right? Should I put the timer on? So it's a long process. Like I looked at a lot of art books. I definitely looked at a lot of art books, and to be honest, I'm still learning now. I'm still learning now. So it's all a process, my friends. It's all a process. So I'm not gonna put the timer. Maybe I'll just give myself an internal timer here. I gotta put a timer on. Okay, timer. See, online timer. This is just for me, guys. Just so I'm gonna give myself this Batman here 4:15. I gotta give myself an hour. Okay, we're nothing too. That's a lot of time. I'll probably finish this way before an hour. Let me see. I gotta put a buzzer on, guys. Okay, a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, the time's up. Okay. I'm gonna put a sound check. You let me know if you can hear the buzzer. I want everyone to let me know to hear the buzzer. I can't hear the music. I don't even think the music is on. But let me put the buzzer on, and you tell me if it's on. Okay, here we go. Did you hear that? Let me ask the chat. Did you hear that? Let me know if you hear that. If you heard that, okay? Timbo says put the timer on. You heard that. Okay. You guys heard that. Okay. Good. Okay, so I'm going to start the time. When you hear the buzz, the hour's up. Okay, so I'm giving myself about an hour for this Bruce Timm Batman here. So I'm going to start that off. Timer's on. Maybe I could try putting it. Let me try putting the timer on here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put the timer on here, guys, so you can see. There it is. You see the timer there? I'm going to fix this so you can see it properly. Hold on. Oh, OBS. So we got an hour. That's more than enough time. To finish this off. So, okay, so we got a timer. Guys. You guys could watch me and get all stressed out. So let's get going. Okay, next question. Again, guys, if you want to ask me a question, community tab. Go to the community tab, my friends. Go to the community tab and ask me there. So I'm going to turn the music back on here, and then let's go ahead and see another question here. Did I lose the other? I think I did. I think I lost the other window. I have so many windows open here, guys. Let's see. Nope, that's the one I was in. Oh, I must have put it in there. One second here, guys. 1 second. Okay, community tab. So go to community tab. I'm going to ask the questions I missed yesterday because I realized I missed a bunch yesterday. So, next question here from Doom 23 Killer. That's a very savage name you got there, my friend. Doom 23 Killer. Yes, how are you able to draw as good as you do, but so quickly? And how did you learn where to put the shading? I learned how to put the shading. First of all, I learned by looking at my favorite creators and seeing how they did it. Now, I didn't fully understand it until I started learning about how lighting works. So I remember before people would ask me other courses to take when trying to learn how to draw, aside from drawing. And one great one is photography. I would all tell you guys, photography would be a fantastic skill to learn, mainly because of the lighting. When you learn lighting setups, when you learn how lighting works in different settings, the 3-point lighting system, all of that, rim lighting, all of that you learn in photography. So it's a great place to learn how to shade, okay, and how to do cross-hatching and all that, okay? So I always say, whenever you're looking at somebody else's artwork, don't just try to copy them line for line. So if you're trying to draw like me here, if you guys are drawing your version of this Bruce Timm Batman here, don't just follow along what I'm doing. Also understand why I'm doing these things. Like, why am I adding these lines? So the way I'm drawing here, Batman here, guys, it's pretty much what my friend Anthony Francisco, if you guys remember Anthony Francisco, he's been on my channel before. Again, former Marvel Studios concept artist. Now he's doing his own thing with his own company. Couldn't be more proud of the dude. He's doing fantastic right now. But he told me what Kevin Feige told all the Marvel concept artists. Okay, you can take liberty with the designs of the costumes. However, when you squint your eyes, when you look at the character and you squint your eyes, they should look like their comic book counterpart. That's what he said. So same thing with this one here. I'm gonna take that to heart here. And when I squint my eyes, it should feel. When I squint my eyes when I look at this, it should feel like a Tim Burton or a Bruce Timm style, Batman the Animated style piece of art. But I'm about to render it, which I'm doing right now. You can already see. I'm gonna render it like it's a Marvel style Batman. Okay, so the proportions are going to be very Bruce Timm, very Batman the Animated Series. But when it comes to the actual rendering, that's where we're going to get into more of the quote unquote comic book Marvel style. That's what we are doing here, right? So you can see already. I'm adding the veins. You don't usually see veins in a Batman the Animated Series. Nor do you see full abs in the Batman the Animated Series. Full abs. There you go. There you go. So, good morning from South Africa, my friend Captain Soap. Captain Soap, there you go. How many characters are going to draw, Eduardo says. We'll see. As many as I can in 2 days, okay? But, again, if you want to ask me a question to everyone in the live chat, first of all, thank you for everyone in the live chat who's talking away. Go to the community tab and ask me your questions there. I'm just finishing off the questions from yesterday. Okay. Scott B asks, what's your favorite style of drawing? The style you see right now. If it wasn't my favorite style, I wouldn't be doing it. This is the style that I like to do personally. These days, it's not the styles that's going to get you the most views, or that would get the mainstream audience. If I wanted to do an art style that would actually get the mainstream audience in here, more of an anime style. Definitely more of an anime style. That's a little bit more. That's more popular than this style that I'm trying to do here. So, for all of you guys, if you want a style that would help you in terms of views, I would tell you do an anime manga-ish style with bright colors. That does much better than what I'm doing right now here for sure. But that's okay. That's all right. So like here, G-Ro wants a shout out. Shout out to J-Ro. Flip King says, mad respect to James for waking up at 4 in the morning. Thank you, my friend. I'm a morning guy. You guys know that. I always have been a morning dude. Always have been a morning dude. I tried staying up late because before I started streaming, I was doing some tests. I wanted to make sure that when I actually start streaming again, that I could keep up with what I was doing. So I tried doing the evenings, guys. I tried doing it late at night, and that would have been way more beneficial to my channel than what I'm doing right now. But I noticed that I dreaded staying up to stream because you go through your whole day's activities. You go through your whole day, and then you're tired at the end of the day, and then you're like, oh man, I got to stream now, or I got to do work. And you're frustrated. Now again, I know if I stick with it, that it will be better. It would eventually get better, just like anything else. They even say 21 days, I believe. 21 days of you doing the same thing, and it will become a habit. I believe it's 21 days, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you guys can correct me. 21 days. But I just realized I just love the morning. You know what I love about doing it at this time, guys? Hello, Brent. How you doing, my friend? What I absolutely love about doing this time is that by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, which is usually when we finish the stream, most of the time a bit earlier than 8 o'clock. But when 8 o'clock does come, when 8 o'clock does roll around, I feel like I already got so much done during the day because we just worked for 4 hours straight. I feel like we've accomplished so much in just that certain amount of time. We've accomplished so much that it kind of gets my day started right. I feel like I did something. I feel like I'm a somebody. Like a somebody. So. Okay. So, let's see here. Poppin' in asks, what's your favorite drawing? I get a couple of second places. Let's go. Third place is the original Star Wars mural. Second place is a mural I did for my church celebrating their 100th year anniversary. But the number one piece that's my favorite is the one I did a collage of all the drawings I did of my kids' properties. And I'm doing ink now. But that's something that I absolutely love. Is the designs my kids did, and we photoshopped all of them together. That would be my favorite piece of art. Hurry up! Only 49 minutes, Michael. Only 49. Let's go. Okay. Next question. Gerald Simmons, 144K. Do you sweat when you're drawing for long periods of time? Well, when I was a little bigger, Yeah. Actually, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like it's not very stressful. I guess the only time I would say that I would sweat is if maybe I'm coming close to a deadline, things aren't turning out the way I would like them to. Maybe then, but not really, my friend, not really. So this is the interesting part here. So the eyes. There you go. Just trying to get this looking right here. I got bigger morning allergies than usual. We have a flu epidemic here in Canada. All the hospitals, they're overwhelmed with people who got the flu. So it's not COVID, it's the flu. I'm not sure if the same is where you are in the world. But you cannot find Tylenol on the shelves here. Like it's an epidemic. It's the flu. Like my daughter got the flu recently, and it was a good thing we had a little bit of children's Tylenol, but you cannot find children's Tylenol anywhere. Like any what's it called, any pharmacy, nobody has Tylenol. Nobody. So good thing I have a little bit. Like we ran out of the children's Tylenol, fortunately, but it's a good thing my daughter she healed up and she's good now. Okay, so next question, my friend. Next question. Again, if you guys want a surefire way for me to answer your question, go to the community tab. Ask me your question there. I'm actually just, we're streaming for a good another 3.5 hours here. So just going back to the questions I missed yesterday. Okay. Next question here from Janaki Patajar. Says, please, Doctor Strange. Please, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange. Please. Now, I did mention. Speaking of Doctor Strange, I did mention about the movie Friday, where I was thinking about doing. When I draw those, the way I did that Marvel mural. Doing those little like mini movie posters. I was thinking about doing those every Friday. So now I'll be honest. The more I think about it, the more I kind of don't want to do it. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to do it this Friday. But, because let me give you an example. We were originally going to do WandaVision this Friday, okay, and then we could talk about it as a community. We could talk about it. But part of me would much rather draw the Ninja Turtles. Part of me would much rather. I would much rather draw the Ninja Turtles. So I will let you guys know, okay? Because there's plenty of time for us to do that, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Okay. Like it would be nice. It would be nice to change. And like it's just for one day too. It's definitely just for one day. But oh, by the way, Webmaster, I'm not half Filipino, half Canadian. No, definitely not. Definitely, you got it wrong. I'm full Filipino. There you go. No, my dad. Speaking of my dad, a good happy birthday to my dad. My dad's birthday today. Happy birthday to my dad. He arrived in Canada in 1972. 1972, he arrived in Canada. And so myself and all my siblings were born here in Canada. Okay, so that's why I never really got to learn the language. You know what? That's not an excuse. I won't give that as an excuse. I used to give that as an excuse. I was born in Canada, so that's why I don't know Tagalog. Nah, that's not an excuse. I'm in my 40s. If I wanted to learn Tagalog, I had all the opportunity in the world to learn Tagalog. I just didn't. I was just being lazy. So I am full-blooded Filipino, but my mom and my dad are Filipino, and I've been to the the Filipinos. I've been to the Philippines many times. Always love my time whenever I'm in the Philippines. So, but it is my dad's birthday today. Yes, 76 years old. My father. Still strong. 76 years old. So again, we're going to Red Lobster, my friends. Me and the family, we're going to Red Lobster today. So excited for that. Excited for the Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Okay. So again, the whole point to this, squint your eyes, and it should feel like a Bruce Timm. I'm even giving him stubble. The hope is it's going to feel like a Bruce Timm style, Batman the Animated Series style drawing. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Bimbe Mask goes, James, you know manok. Oh, Bimbe, like the manok is my favorite. I love the manok. I like to eat the, the manok, you like to eat the leg and the meat. But I like the puwet. I like the puwet. It's the best part of the puwet. I'm there with my family and with pipe. For the puwet. I eat the puwet. Anyway. There you go. Quit. The Filipino guys are going crazy because they know what that means. So. But it is true. Isn't that true? The Filipino family, they fight for the puwet. They fight for the puwet. For those of you who don't know, like in the chicken, there's that little piece at the end. Little piece at the end of the chicken. Like it's a little round piece at the end of the chicken. Call it the chicken bum. That's the part that they fight over. They fight over the chicken bum. Anyway. I hit the puwet. Okay, and anyway. From the manok. The puwet. Anyway. So, let's see here. Next question. Okay. Josen Hogan asks, how do you know where to put the shadow on the character's body and how to determine the density of the shadow? Well, the density is a personal choice, okay? How dark you make things, that's really up to you. But always have in mind the light source. Where is that light coming from? So for me, it's pretty obvious. All my drawings, I'm always having a light source that's coming from up here. Top left. I don't know why. I just like it that way. I just like the light coming from the top left. It's just something I've always done. Like, having one directional light just kind of makes it easier. It really does. It just makes it easier to draw. So, but the actual how thick and how dark you make the shading, that's really up to you. Sometimes that's even down to style. I know some guys who don't shade at all, and they let the coloring do the work. So, at the end of the day, it's really up to you how dark you want things. Okay? Let's see here. Next question here. From Cosmic Wombat. Oh, this is a very profound question. What do you think of AI art, James? Will it make art better or worse? Also, I don't know if you follow the Corridor crew, but they just animated a whole Spider-Man short film with nothing but AI-generated imagery. Yes, that's right. I saw that. That was pretty awesome. I'll put it down for you below. Okay, there you go, my friend. Put in a link. Thank you. Yes, AI art. Isn't that all the rage these days? AI art. Look, I always said the way technology was going, it's all going to come down to that AI art, and it's finally here. I've been saying that for years. I've been saying that to my students for years. I keep telling them, one day you're going to be replaced by a button. All they need to do is press a button, and they could, they will generate what I'm teaching you how to do. And it's here now. It's here now. Is it the quality that we would like it to be? Not yet, but it will be shortly. Like, it doesn't give you exactly 100% what you tell it to do, the AI, but it's pretty close. It does a pretty good job. So that's one thing we have to look out as artists, guys. And I tell my students that all the time. You have to keep on top of the trends. You can't just be, I've always drawn this way, and this is from a guy who refuses to draw digitally. But times are going to change. Guys, this is why I don't teach anymore. This is why I don't teach in that program anymore. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to teach. In fact, I believe I'm going to be teaching a class for a school in the Philippines, actually. I'm going to be teaching a class. I'll let you guys know a bit more about that if you guys want to join that class. I'll let you guys know about that. But I used to teach matte painting. Okay, for you guys that don't know, matte painting, it's a very big job in the film industry. And I taught that course. At a school for a good since 2015. So a good 5 years I taught that course. But when we got to year 5, I realized, especially not working in visual effects anymore, when we got to year 5, I realized my knowledge was obsolete. My knowledge, everything I knew about matte painting was replaced by a button. Everything I knew about matte painting, they don't use anymore in the industry. They don't. To the point where, guys, if I today were to decide, hey, I'm going to go, I want to go back to work into film, I need to go back to school. Because technology really changed that much. It changed a lot over even just the past 5 years. They always find something new. They're always looking for the new and easy way to do things. Even in Photoshop, guys, if you do a lot of Photoshop work, guys, you need to keep up with it, because literally every year they come up with a new button that replaces hours upon hours of work. Literally every year there's a new button or a new hotkey that they introduce that replaces things that would have took you hours to do. Now it's just a click of a button. Now it's just a click of a button and it's fixed. So it's the wave of the future, AI art. Like, I honestly don't know where it's going to lead. I don't. I think it's more fun on the YouTube videos if you actually see somebody draw, as opposed to somebody going to the computer, hey, draw Bruce Timm Batman in the style of David Finch. Like, you could do that, and I'll probably do a really good job, probably a better job than what I'm doing right now. But it's not as fun to watch. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be as fun to watch. I don't think that's going to affect me on the YouTube space, but it will affect people who are doing it more for client base work. For those who are doing promotional work or commercial art, it could affect them a lot. That could definitely affect them a lot. So, but that's the times. That's all about changing times. You always need to adapt, because there's always something new, always an easier way and better way to do things. And that's just the way life is. So that's what we got to do. We got to adapt. That's what we got to adapt. Hey, Reddy Kong, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's been a long time. You know the answer to that question, Reddy Kong. He said, what's the difference between the Marvel style and DC style? The answer is box office. There is no difference. There's no difference between the styles. It's just I do it for marketing purposes. That's the only difference. So, anyway. Anywho. Let's see here. Next question here. Oh, D-Prem. Oh, this is a wonderful question. It's very interesting. A very interesting question here. What will be the future of comic books? Oh boy. I think the physical comic book. Well, here's the deal. Like, there's two ways to look at this. I look at physical comic books, and yes, they are losing audience like crazy, right? Physical comic books. I consider them like regular books. Will regular books go away? Will the actual printed book itself go away? Just like everything else, I think that there will always be a comic book industry. There will always be one. In fact, like my kids, they don't read regular comics. I mentioned this before, but they do read a lot of web comics. They do. So a lot of kids, they do read a lot of web-based comics. Okay, so the medium of comics, I think, will always be around. It definitely will be. The future of the comic books that I grew up to know and love, I don't know. I'm not too sure. What the future is for that, but it is a very interesting question. We don't know. Like, and Zeno's like me. I'm old fashioned. I like paper. Me too. Why do you think I'm drawing on paper right now? I just like it better. It's what I grew up with. It's how I'm comfortable. And even when reading comics, I like picking up a physical comic book and reading it. You know what's fantastic these days? What's fantastic these days is that the dollar store here in Canada, they're selling trade paperbacks. So you could buy trade paperbacks for literally $4 Canadian, which is like $3 US, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. $3 US. So for $3, like, I'm buying like all of these great trade paperbacks that I've always wanted to read. Now, of course, they don't have the selection you're going to get at a comic book store, but still, they have some pretty solid comics in the dollar store. So I actually picked up quite a few over the years, the dollar store. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll just enjoy the ride while it's here. We'll just enjoy it. What time is it, guys? 3:30. I got 30 minutes left in this drawing here. So I'm just taking my sweet time. Hi, Weblight. Hello. Good morning. So I'm not sure what the future holds. I really don't know. I'm more like a wait and see. Now, because I don't make my money doing comics, it's not going to affect me that much, I don't think. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Is there Mike Russell says, is there a particular bodybuilder's physique that you use or think of when you draw these muscles? Not a particular bodybuilder in mind. Not really. Like, I'm more influenced by guys who draw in this manner as opposed to actual bodybuilders. However, really into bodybuilding. Of course, as you can tell by looking at me. No, I just like following the sport. Because anyone who worked out for a long period of time, you end up, seeing these guys and the things they do to get their physique looking like that. So guys like Ronnie Coleman, yeah, buddy. You know which guy I like? Kai Green. I think, we relate to him more because he does draw comics. He draws comics. And he does the best pose. I love his pose routine. He has the best pose routine. Because he's very charismatic. He's very charismatic. So it's extremely, extremely entertaining whenever Kai Green poses. So, just a few shout-outs at the top of my head, right? But no, when it comes to actually drawing, no, I don't really think about bodybuilders per se when I'm drawing. So Next question. Let's see here. I just want to see if there's any other here. That's not, can you draw this? Can you draw that? Let's see here. Bob the Pterodactyl says, how do you color your drawings in your videos? What do you use to color them? Traditionally, I use the Copic markers. I'm still learning how to use them. So whenever I use them, it's not great. Though I think for a lot of because I'm doing so many drawings these days, I might get somebody to color them for me, especially because I'm so behind. Like I could go and I could go back and color these live for you guys, maybe, just to just to complete it and save a little bit of money doing it. But also, like for example, I could spend my time better editing, because as you know, I don't have any more editors, so I do need time to edit, which is why I haven't had a video out in a little bit. So, 27 minutes, guys. So, Applebee Illustration asks, coming to Australia anytime soon? Not anytime soon, but hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. I would love to go. Before, I was terrified of going because I hate spiders. Really not a fan of especially big spiders. But again, I was told that that's just the country where you see those giant spiders. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is, but I'll take your word for it. So we'll see. Maybe one day, but probably not in the next couple years. So let's see here. Here's an interesting question. From Zero Needs Coffee. It goes, and this might sound like this might sound to you guys, it might sound like someone's insulting me. He's not. Yeah, it's the truth, okay? What caused you to start getting little views on your videos? You have 2 million subscribers, well, a little off there, 1.5, but rarely get even a tenth of what you watch in your videos. Not trying to insult you, just genuinely wondering, since I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel myself, as a lot of you. So I will tell you this, guys, and I mentioned this yesterday. A lot of you guys want to be YouTubers, okay? Do not grow the way I did, okay? I grew the wrong way. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I grew through a series of viral videos. Viral videos that were different from each other, okay? Viral videos that are different from each other. I'm probably the only person who, with 1 million subs, well, I won't say the only person, but let's just say that I'm not making the money that a person you think with 1 million subs is. Let's just say that, okay? The problem when you grow with a viral video, okay, is that you're not really building an audience, okay? If you grow the right way, by building an audience, okay, getting people genuinely interested in what you're doing, getting interested in you as a person, you're much better off. You are much better off, okay? You're much better off. I had videos that went viral for different reasons. And so people subscribe to my channel for different reasons. And because of that, they didn't watch all of my videos. They only watched the videos that were the reason why they subscribed. And of course, that is, that's why they subscribe to the channel. Secondly, my watch time isn't that great, because usually people come and then they just want to see the finished artwork, okay? So watch time matters, guys. Watch time, it matters. Do what you can to get people to watch all the way through. YouTube has changed in 2022 than how it was a few years ago when I hit 1 million subscribers, okay? So watch time matters. You need to get people to watch your videos all the way through, okay? But most importantly, Zero D's Coffee, what happens with all YouTube channels is there could come a time where it peaks, what we call peaks, where what people used to like 3 years ago, they don't like anymore. They don't like anymore. People used to like 10 minute, 1 minute, 10-second challenges. And how awesome is that? Because I could do like 50 of those a day. My most viewed video is me doing a 10 minute, 1 minute, 10 minute challenge. But now, nobody watches that. Nobody cares. Okay? You really need to innovate and adapt over time. What works today what works yesterday doesn't mean it's going to work today. Okay? You always need to change. And think about that yourself. Not just my channel. Think of a lot of channels that you watch. Okay? Some of them are around today, and good for them. They figured out how to adapt and change. But a lot aren't. A lot of channels that I used to watch, a lot of them aren't even on YouTube anymore. There's a shelf life. So to all of you starting a YouTube channel, you got to understand that this social media game, it has a shelf life unless you adapt. You got to figure out how to keep reinventing yourself every single year. Okay? You can't just do the same thing over and over and over again. You got to keep up with the trends. You got to keep up with what people watch. Because after a while, people stop caring and they stop watching. Okay? That's what happens. That's what happens. And for me, my channel just died. And I'll admit that, right? Because things that used to work, they don't work anymore. Drawing, it's funny to say, but drawing for 1,000 minutes straight, nobody cares. I won't say nobody cares, but it's not as cool as it was like 5 years ago. You're like, oh, that's it. Right? Drawing 100 characters, cool. And then now it's like, that's it? You only drew 100? You only drew 100? Oh, now I got to draw 1,000. Okay, you drew 1,000 characters. Now it's like, oh, that's it? You only draw 1,000? Eh. You drew 1,000 last week. Yeah. Right? That's right, Zeno. I mentioned this yesterday to all of you guys. If you want to grow, it's all about the shorts today. You want to grow today? It's all about the shorts. YouTube is putting so much money behind shorts that they're pushing shorts. If you want to get discovered today, long form videos is not it. It's shorts. And I'm actually going the opposite way. I'm live streaming every day. And I know this isn't going to make me viral. This isn't going to make me, what I'm doing now, it's not going to make me viral. It's not going to make me tons of money. But it's something I enjoy doing. And I told you guys, YouTube is not my full-time thing anymore. It's not. YouTube is not my full-time thing. It's just something I do for fun now. Okay? It's just something I do for fun. But you're absolutely right. And you're absolutely right, my friend. So that's not a slight. It's true. Now, if you see a viral video of mine, it's because I always call it luck. It's because I got lucky. But that's what happens. So for all of you who want to do this as a career, understand that most likely to all of you, if you do hit lightning in a bottle and you are able to start building an audience, great, fantastic. Milk it while you can. Because you don't know how long it's going to last. You don't. Okay, because again, like what's the number one thing that kids want to be growing up now? It's YouTubers. It's a YouTuber. But there's no evidence of people having a 20-year long career on YouTube because there's no one who's done it. Because YouTube hasn't been around for 20 years. Right? YouTube hasn't been around. What was it, 2006? They were getting to 20 years. But how many people right when YouTube started is still around today? Not that many. How many that were here 5 years ago are still around today? Not that many. Not that many. So hopefully you kids today can break that cycle. But here's the problem though, guys. For a lot of you guys, I just hope you have the inner strength that just say you do taste some success, and then all of a sudden that success isn't there anymore. That you have the inner strength to be okay with that. Because, when you start having viral videos and then all of a sudden they're not viral anymore. All of a sudden the things that you work so hard on does not work anymore. It doesn't matter if you work 5 weeks on a piece of drawing. Nobody cares. And nobody cares about it. That you have the inner strength to say it's okay. And not be distressed, not be, worried. Okay? So I always say, guys, treat it like you only have 5 years to do this. Treat it like you have 5 years to do this. If, for those of you who want to be a YouTuber, okay? Like here, Jiro wants to be an engineer. Good, that's fantastic. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Okay, not all of us can be Mr. Beast, okay? Mr. Beast has laser focus, but even him, right? He's not just doing YouTube anymore. Right? He's got his Mr. Beast burger now. And he eventually said in 10 years, maybe he just wants to take a step back and run his companies. He actually said that. From a guy who just wanted to do YouTube his whole life. And life's like that, guys. Life's like that. So that's why my channel's dead. But it's okay. I won't call it dead because it's a place for us to hang out now, okay? It's a place for us to get together and have a good time. Okay, that's what this channel's about now. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So, all right. Aussie Kaseva says, do you have a wife? You're probably new to the channel, my friend. My wife, unfortunately, passed away last year from cancer. After a long 3... Well, this is why I kind of relate with Kevin Conroy a little bit. Because Kevin Conroy passed away from cancer very quickly. Apparently, it was a very quick diagnosis, and he passed away really fast. My wife got diagnosed with cancer in 2018. I never told anybody. I never told you guys on this channel. I did not want to use her situation for clout in any way. Because that was, it's just an internal struggle, right? So we've been dealing with this since 2018. Even before and even before my channel blew up, we were dealing with my wife's cancer since then. And then after a long, hard fight, she passed away last year, in August last year. So it's just me and my 3 kids now, and we're just living life. That's all we could do. That's really all you could do, guys. Just try to pick up the pieces and do the best you can. As a single dad, right? So I have responsibilities during these days, during the day, trying to juggle all those responsibilities and just doing the best I can. Same time, like my blight just says here, your sister held on for 3 years. That's right. Same amount of time my wife did. 3 years. It's always hard when you get that diagnosis that, pretty much they told us once we found out, because we found out she was already stage 4. And it's always hard when that's the first thing you hear. Because, we didn't even have the previous stages. We didn't have stage 2. We didn't have... Even I would have took stage 3. It was immediately stage 4. And immediately, look, you probably only have 3-4 years. They actually told us that in 2018. 2018, right? So... And all of us have our deals with loss, not just me, for sure. Like all of you, I'm sure all of you have your situation with loss, and everyone takes it the way they do. Okay, everyone handles it differently. I just, it's just the way we're handling. So it is what it is, right? So there you go. But I will say, guys, as for those of you who are older, and even those of you who are younger, I will say to you guys, if you have the means to do this, please do get a checkup. Go to the doctor, get a checkup, do blood work. Because part of me always asks that question: what if? You always ask yourself, what if? What if something like that happens? And I always ask myself, what if we caught it earlier? What if we found it earlier? Because she had no symptoms before we found out. She had absolutely no symptoms until like a good month or so before we found out. What would have happened if we caught it earlier? Would she still be around today? Maybe. So for those of you who have the means, even if you're young, I would get yourself checked out. Because you never know. You never know. You know, if you have the means to go to the doctor, like I have the luxury of living in Canada, where going to the doctor is free. So, you know, when you can, just go to the doctor, you know. But anyway, sorry to bring it down, guys. Sorry to bring it down. Somebody asked about my wife. So that's the way it is. Okay, so let's move on. Let's do something a little bit more uplifting here. Let's go back. I think Weblight had a cool question there. Let me just go back to that. Before we go to today's question, so again, if you want to ask me a question, guys, go to the community tab. What comic company would you love to work for again, or for the first time? That's an interesting question. I will say that Marvel and DC both were good. Were very good to work for. Of course, they're the top two, right? They were the top two. In terms of them paying me, like I've never had any issues receiving payment from them. Like talk about professional, definitely those two. Can't go wrong working for Marvel or DC. Yeah. So. And if I were to do comic work again, it would just be covers. I wouldn't do anything more than covers, Weblight. Again, I'm sequential art. I'm not. But if they ask me to do a cover here and there, so I would love to do a Marvel or DC cover. I would absolutely love to. Now, the other comic book companies, nothing really in mind. Like Image Comics. The Image Comics today, it's very independent. It's great for independent creators. But it's not what it was when I got into comics. It's not the Image Comics that got me into comics. Let's just say that. It's not the Image Comics that got me into comics. I only got 10 minutes left, guys. I got 10 minutes. It's not the Image Comics that got me into comics. 1 second here, guys. Let me just... The Image Comics that got me into comics. It is not. Because that back then, Image Comics with Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and all of that stuff, it was a lot of flash. The best coloring, like you haven't seen coloring like that before in comics. It was just an era. So I would love to work for 90s Image. That's what I would love to work for, 90s Image. Not today's Image, 90s Image. So there you go. Let's move on here, guys. Okay, so that was it for yesterday. Let's move on to today's questions. Okay, and a few more came in today. So let's do that. So I'm going to today's questions. And from Desmond, goes, what's the most difficult drawing you've ever done? I would say again, I mentioned this story yesterday, but that I think the most difficult was the time I screwed up that concept when I was working on Percy Jackson. Steve Coogan's face on the character he was playing. 1 second, guys. I'm just fixing my camera. That totally messed up my time at that company. It was actually the second time I worked for that company. The first time around was fantastic. It was my very first movie that I was working on, or like a theatrical movie. Like I worked on 2 movies before then, but they were straight to DVD. But it was my first theatrical movie, and it was a wonderful experience. A shout out to my friend Jason, who was an amazing supervisor. He was very kind and understanding, and he was great. But, even that supervisor that got mad at me, Guillaume, his name is Guillaume. That was his name. Guillaume Rochon. Guillaume Rochon, that was his name, is his name. Academy Award winning Guillaume Rochon. He won the Academy Award for, I think, 1917 for visual effects. And he was just doing his job. And I understood. He was right. He was right. My work sucked. Okay? And that's not me being humble. That's me being real. Okay? Sometimes you got to take a step back and say, did I actually do the job correctly? And I didn't. And I just couldn't get a lot of the stuff that they asked me to do. So everything that happened there, I understand. Every decision that Guillaume make, I understand. And that's why, and he has to make those decisions. Okay? When you're running a business, it's not, he's not my friend. He's my boss. Okay? And I think that's also one thing that I struggle with too, because I want to be your friend. You work for me. I want to be your friend. Let's hang out. I want to help you, But at the same time, when time comes that I need to be the boss, it's hard. I need to say, hey, you didn't do this properly. Hey, you're coming into work late. Hey, I know you didn't do work this day when you were working at home, and then get mad at it. It's very hard. It's very hard to be a boss. And that's one thing for you guys who want to do YouTube. Understand that if you do blow up, if you are able to get to your channel to a level, to the upper level, you will eventually have to hire. You will eventually have to be a boss. Okay? Unless you're going to partner with somebody to be a boss. That time will come. So you really have to become a businessman, You have to become a businessman. Or woman. Part of being a YouTuber is being a business person. And that sucks. For me, being a creative. If you're a creative, that sucks being a business. You hate it. I hate selling. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like charging people for stuff. But it's part of the business. It's part of making this work. You need to. So you got to do what you got to do, You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. It sucks. Okay, how much time we got left? 5 minutes left, guys? 5 minutes left? And then we'll move on. We'll draw Robin next. I'm not going to draw the cape here yet because I might put Robin here on this side. Okay. So yeah, guys, that you have to think about. That you got to think about for all of you guys who want to be YouTubers, because eventually that's going to happen. So it wouldn't hurt to take a business course, guys. This is what I would do. Go get him. Go get him, Mario. Go get him, Mario. There you go. You got him. This is what... Okay, so for those of you who want to be YouTubers, okay? YouTubers, art YouTubers especially, if your parents are forcing you to go to school, and they're paying for it, okay? If your parents... By the way, guys, I would always say, if your parents are willing to pay for school so that when you get out, you're debt-free, why not go to school? Why not? Why not go to school? If your parents are paying for it, you're going to be debt-free, why not go to school? Now, unless you're already rolling, okay? Unless you are already doing well in YouTube, and when I say doing well, you're actually making money from it, why don't you go to school? And again, but that's the biggest if I have. If somebody's paying it for you, or you're not, you don't have any problems paying for that tuition, why don't you go to school? You know, it's free. Or it's free. Well, it's debt free for you. Okay? And it's an experience that you might regret you missed. You know, I'm always about living life where you have no regrets. No regrets. So, if your parents are willing to pay for your school, I think you should go. Now, there are special cases. For example, I have a friend. He actually goes to my daughter's school, or my daughter's old school. She's not in that school anymore. But his parents want him to go to college. However, he's a very successful Minecraft YouTuber. He does extremely well. If that was me, but his parents are making him go to school, okay? And naturally, of course, they want him. You know, Asian parents too, right? Asian parents, of course, they want their kids to go to school, right? That's what we do. But if that was me, if that was my kid, I would have said, hey, let's take a year off and ride this thing. Ride it as hard, because he's gaining so much success and traction on YouTube that I would be like, personally, I'd be like, no, dude, just go for it. Go for it, because you got so much momentum now. And remember what I told you guys, sometimes you only have 4 or 5 years in this business. You don't know how long you're going to be successful. Ride it as hard as you can, get as much money out of it as you can, and then you could go to school. You can go to school later, right? Then go back to school after, if it doesn't work anymore, right? But if your parents are letting you go to school, courses you should take, okay? If you want to learn how to do art, guys, I always say, if you could get into an animation course will teach you everything. It will teach you how to storyboard. It will teach you how to character design. It will teach you how to tell a story, okay? Along with the perspective, the rendering, all of that. If I have a #1 art course that you should take if you want to be an artist, it is animation, because there's so many ways you could branch out and do other things with animation. We got about a minute left, and then we're going to move on, guys. By the way, we got about a minute left. It'll be animation. Secondly, I would say if you could take if you need some electives, if you need something to take on the side, a business course. Take a business course, guys. Advertising course. I would take an advertising course. I would take a filmmaking course. Like if you want to be a YouTuber. Like all of these are skills that you could use on the YouTube side. Okay? Even photography, right? If you want to do photography, I keep telling you guys, if you want to be better artists, photography is not a bad thing to do. It's definitely not a bad thing to do. It's photography. So, okay, let's see. 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh no! A timer! 2. That was relaxing. Okay, guys. So let's move on. We're going to do Robin now. Okay, let's go ahead and do Robin. We're going to do Robin now. Now, part of me wants to plan this better, because Robin should be probably should have been in the front. Oh, by the way, guys, guess what I bet? I broke the bank yesterday. I took out a second mortgage on my home, because I needed this brand new art supply that I desperately needed, but it cost me so much money. I had to go to the bank, get a second mortgage on the house, sold all of my jewelry for, and it's right here, my friends, it's right here. But oh yeah, eraser, new eraser, guys. A moment of silence for the old eraser. Moment of silence for the old eraser. There you go. Moment of silence for the old eraser. I know I'm over time here, but I just need to. That's the thing, when when you erase things, you see what you missed, and I also see that I didn't draw the spikes here. So let me just draw this quickly. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and draw Robin. It's Robin. We're gonna draw Robin. Robin. It's French Robin. Robin. Is that French Robin? Robin. Gonna draw French Robin. Time is it? 5:18. I will give myself. What do you think, guys? What's a good time to give myself here? What's a good time? You tell me. 45 minutes, maybe. You know, I want to relax. I don't want to work too hard today. Hey, Mariska's here. How you doing? Good morning, my friend. You are up too early for where you are in the world. Good morning to my friend Mariski. Mariski draw. Oh, it's called the Mariski channel now. You changed it up, Mariski. The Mariski channel now. The Mariski channel. Go subscribe to the Mariski channel, guy, man. By the way, can I say, Mariski, your new style is really phenomenal. Your style now, Mariska's artwork style, it really reminds me of those old, was that the Cracked magazines or the Mad magazines? That style that you use now, it's really awesome, brother. Really awesome. Great job, my friend. It's really, really cool. You want to see a really cool art style? Go check out my friend Mariska. There you go. No, Justin says no way this Batman's natty. Well, you never know. You don't know. You don't know, guys. You don't know. It's natty. Okay, we're gonna do 45 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh yeah. Let's go. Yes, that's what you were going for. I knew it, Mariska. I knew it. There you go. So we'll see how many characters I got. You know what was interesting? It was a very interesting experiment when we did the God of War piece recently, because the first day, as you guys saw, the first day we did only 2 characters. We just did Atreus and of course Kratos. But the next day we did like how many characters? We did like 9 characters, and we did like 9 characters for the rest of the stream, and yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked the feel of it. I liked how I like how that went. So maybe we'll do something similar with these, where where maybe today I'll just concentrate on 2 or 3 characters. Like I would like the Joker in here. I would like I would like to get Two-Face in here. I really want to draw. When I think of Batman the Animated Series, I think a couple things. I think Joker and I think Two-Face. I think Two-Face a lot, because the way that Two-Face was portrayed in Batman the Animated Series. Remember when they designed Batman the Animated Series? Batman Forever wasn't out yet. So it was still going to be Billy D. Williams. It was going to be... it still was going to be Billy D. Williams who was going to be Two-Face. I wish they kept Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. That would be cool. Or was it Billy D. Williams? Yeah, Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. And I just love the look. I love the look of that Two-Face. So I would like to put Two-Face in here. Okay. Is this the Dark Knight theme song? I'm not sure. I don't know. Is this the Dark Knight theme song? I honestly don't know. I'm not sure. So again, guys, the way I'm drawing this, I'm outlining it like if I'm drawing it in the Bruce Timm style. But then I'm going to ink it like my style. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it, okay? So we got Robin here. Robin. You're a cheater, Jeremy! You're a cheater! You understand me? You cheater! You don't know art at all! You don't know art at all! I'm just joking, Jeremy. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun with you, Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't like my art, and I get it. Trust me, Jeremy, you're not the only one who doesn't like my art. No worries. No worries, my friend. I get it. I get it. I'm a big man. I can take it when somebody don't like my art. You don't like my art, that Jeremy there. The Jeremy Moore said. Jeremy said mean things to me. Oh, well. He called me a cheater. You cheater! James, you're using a pencil. That's cheating. You're using a pencil, James. You're a cheater. You shouldn't use pencils. Don't use pencils. James, you're a cheater. You cheating cheater. You cheating cheater. No, I'm just playing with you, Jerry. I'm just playing with Jerry. It's okay. I'm good with criticism. Am I? No, I'm good when people criticize my art. Let's just say this. In comic books, guys. In comic books, if you're not used to people criticizing your work, okay? Oh, and the clock stops. Thank you for letting me know. The clock stopped. Was that on purpose? If you're not... Oh, now he goes, I love your art. There you go. He called me a cheater. Now he loves my art. There you go, Jeremy. Thank you. No. I'll just play it with you, Jeremy. It's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's all good. Jeremy, and a valid opinion. He thought I used too much black, okay, that I was hiding things. And you know what, Jeremy? You're right. I am. We'll call that deal with style. But I think when I was working in comics, you get so much criticism. Actually, not even just in comics. In visual effects. In visual effects, your work is ripped daily. Daily. We actually have something called dailies, where you actually have to take your artwork. You actually have to take your artwork, and we used to go into this theater, so we would put all of our artwork in the system, and then we would go to the theater. We'd go to the theater, and the supervisor would be there with a laser pointer, and he would point out everything he wanted us to fix and all of our mistakes and stuff. Now, he never did it in a mean way. He did it in a way that, but to have your work there and then they're critiquing it in that manner, if you don't have thick skin, if you don't, if you cannot take criticism well, then it's tougher. It's definitely tougher, for sure. It's definitely tougher. So that's just how it is, and that's how it is. So, and you know what's even tougher than that? Twitter. You know what's tougher than that? The comments section. Because you get guys like Jeremy. Not just joking. I'm just pulling your leg, Jeremy. So. But that's part of the game. It's definitely part of the game. I always make this rule, okay? And here's a good rule for all of you guys, okay? Here's a good rule for all of you guys who have a YouTube channel. Because what they say is, bad comments are always the loudest, okay? Bad comments, they're loud, okay? Good comments are not. They're not loud. And sometimes we overstep and we ignore the good comments once we see a bad comment, okay? So I made a rule for myself whenever it comes to commenting on my YouTube videos or on Instagram or whatever. This is my rule. Before I go and defend myself, and I kind of broke it with Jeremy now, but that's just because I was playing. I was having some fun, Jeremy. But before I go ahead and comment on all of those bad, on those bad, let's go. Those trolls, quote unquote trolls, those negative comments, I force myself to answer 10 good comments first, because they deserve it more. The people who took their time out of the day to tell you how much they appreciate their art, they should get the attention more, right? And to be honest, I broke that rule just now, and I apologize to all of you who actually said wonderful things about my art. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all of you guys here who watch my artwork, right? But the best thing to do is turn off the noise and then ask yourself, does that person who criticized you have a valid opinion, have a valid comment? Have a valid comment. It's not about, can that person draw? Because I hear that a lot. We talked about that yesterday. I think we talked about that yesterday. It's not about, oh, that person made that comment, but he can't even draw a thing. No. Again, sportscasters can't play the game the way that the NBA players play, or the soccer players play, or football players play. But they've seen the game enough where they know what they like. Someone who comments negatively, they've seen artwork enough that they know what they like, and they're just telling you what they don't like. And that's fine. And that's totally fine. So, it is what it is, right? So there you go. So, in terms of, hello, Zeno, you're the best. Zeno's the best. Jiro's been here since 56 likes, okay? So that's what that is, right? So that's why whenever I see negative, because I actually see people, okay, and then might have seen. I was just joking earlier, guys, but I do see a lot of YouTubers who go and it really affects them when somebody says your artwork sucks. It really affects them, really badly. Don't let that affect you guys, okay? Don't let that affect you. Just keep doing what you're doing, but also be self-aware enough to know when somebody actually has a point to what they do. Okay. Okay, so I think that should be. How much time we got? We got 35 minutes left. 35 minutes left. So. Somebody clip out my rage there. Okay, let's get back to the questions, my friend. Okay, forget those bad comments. Let's go back to the questions. From Saputra Addy. Why are you not drawing anime again, James? I will. I know a lot of you wanted One Piece. I will do the One Piece. In fact, I think I probably will take a break from the polls. And I really, really do want to do the Ninja Turtle one. And I really, really do want to do the One Piece one. So we might take a break from the polls and do those two. Okay? So after Friday, when we do our movie club, if we do a movie club Friday, I'm still thinking about it. No, you know what? I think it would be fun. I definitely think it would be fun to do that. I definitely think it would be fun. If we do the movie club Friday on the weekend, I think we'll probably do a Turtles piece on the this weekend. That will be the first one we do. Okay. Now, usually the weekend I like to reserve for something that's a little bit out there. I don't care if it's a piece that or if it's a property that not many people enjoy. It's just something for us to go out there and just have a good old time, as they say. Right? Jiro, I don't answer your Tagalog question because I don't understand it. There you go. There you go. So I totally forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about, guys? I totally forgot. What was I talking about again? But anyway, let's go back here to the next question, right? So that's why I really, really do want to do that One Piece drawing. So we will do that later next week, and we will do a Ninja Turtles one this weekend. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, that's one. Skull Hydra's my biggest fan. Please reply. There you go. I just replied, Skull Hydra. There you go. Question from the Bluebeard with a cool Kratos avatar there. How's life going? Okay. I can't complain. I'm healthy. The kids are healthy. We're living fine. I stream with you every day. Am I the richest man in the world? No. Do I have the fanciest things in the world? No. No, but I have everything I need to make me happy at this point. So that's really all you could have, all you could ask for. So the Mareski channel is my translator today. Thank you. The Mareski channel says he's asking if you had breakfast. There you go. I'm actually on a and I know Mario's gonna get mad at me. I'm on a 23-hour fast. I'm on a 23-hour fast right now. I have a live show. I'm doing my kids show in next week Sunday. We are doing a taping of my show, my kids show. So I need to fit into my suit. I know Mario's all mad at me now for doing that, but I'm doing a 23-hour fast, guys. I'm doing a 23-hour fast. So I eat around between 12 and 1, so pretty much midday. I do drink water throughout the day. But I eat as much as I can. So I try to consume at least 2,000 to 3,000 calories in one sitting. Oh, thank you, Weblight. You know why? It's the haircut. You know it's the haircut, guys. I'm not wearing a beanie today. I wish that beanie guy was here. The guy kept asking me to take my beanie off the other day. I was here. Do you like my hair now? I got a little cut here. Yes, low intermittent fasting, my friend. Low intermittent fasting. So. It's just also for health reasons. I mean, I just want to cut down a bit, and then I will get off. I will get off the carnivore. I'll probably always have some sort of intermittent fasting, but we'll go. Nice. Mirsky said your extended Filipino family horrified. Mine was like, "You're not eating. Oh, you're so skinny. Oy, Merska. You're skinny. You need to eat more, huh? Are your dad not feeding you, huh? Is your dad not feeding you, huh? Ay, nako eh. Finish your food. Finish it. Finish your food." So, anyway. So, that's why I didn't have breakfast yet. Though I could use some water. I forgot to bring my bottle of water. I might take a minute to get my bottle of water, guys. But, let's see here. Bob the Pterodactyl. I think I answered that question about the coloring already. So, let me go back here. How much time do I got? I got under 30 minutes. How many Mr. Broken? My friend Mr. Broken is here as well. How many Batman have I done? How many Batman pieces have I done, or how many Batman have I ever drawn? If you're talking about Batman, I don't know how many Batman pieces I've done on this channel. I've done so many. Too many on this channel. All right, let's go. Jiro says, fun fact about Filipinos, we always want rice. That's right. You know how hard it is for a Filipino to do a carnivore diet? You know how hard that is? You can't have no rice. Even to go keto back in the day. You know how hard that was for me to do keto back in the day? Now, carnivore's a little easier because I've done keto-style diets before, so it's not that big a deal. For Filipinos to stop eating rice, like, man, might as well tell them to stop eating. Probably be easier for a Filipino not to eat rice. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Abba says all my aunts and grandmas and mothers are like that, James. There you go. That's right. And I was like, oh, you're too skinny. Well, you guys got that. You know what I got? Oh, James, you're too fat. You're taba. Taba means fat in Tagalog. Oh, James, you're taba. What's wrong with you, James? Are you doing your homework in the kitchen? Are you doing your homework in the kitchen, James? There you go. There you go. Anyway, hi, Cyclender. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Arslan Zone says, ask, where am I from? From Canada. Born and raised in Canada, but my heritage is definitely Filipino. Never learned the language, though, because my mom stopped speaking it to us. And again, I'm not going to blame my mom because, look, I'm in my 40s now. If I really wanted to learn Tagalog, I could have learned on my own. Okay, so I'm not going to blame my mom for not learning Tagalog. But she never spoke Tagalog to us because she wanted us to fit in at school better. She didn't want us in ESL. ESL here, it's English as a second language. She didn't want us in that class. She's like, they're born here. My kids are born here. Why are they in the ESL? But why? Why are you in this ESL? They're born here in Canada. They're Canadian. They're Canadian. They should not go to the ESL. They should be with the other kids. Okay. Jeremy threw in a super chat. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And again, Jeremy, thank you for your support, my brother. Thank you so for your support. I went to Kansas City Art Institute. Awesome, my friend. And they're more interested into abstract art. That's right. You know, I was never great at abstract art. I was never the red means I'm angry, which it does. Type art. Do you like Michael Turner? Love Michael Turner. One of my favorite artists of all time. Michael Turner. For those of you who don't know, Michael Turner was an extremely popular artist back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, early 2000s. He unfortunately passed away from cancer. Michael Turner had a long fight with cancer, but he eventually passed away. But quite the legacy that he left with Fathom. And, here's hoping we see a Fathom movie one day. But Fathom and his work on Witchblade. And he did a lot of DC work, too, before he passed. He did a lot of Batman, Superman stuff before he passed away. So I even think Aspen's still going on strong, right? Is Aspen? I think that company's still around. That was his comic book company, Aspen Comics. Like, he worked for Top Cow for a long time. But then he eventually made his own comic book company called Aspen, where he published Fathom. I think they even asked him to be a part of Cliffhanger, if I'm not mistaken. They actually asked him if he wanted to be a part of Cliffhanger. I could be 100% wrong there, but definitely a great loss that we had with cancer takes everyone. Took my wife, took Kevin Conroy, cancer sucks, guys. It really does. Cancer sucks. So, the best thing we could do about the cancer is, just try to prevent it. So again, guys, please get yourself checked out. Yourselves and your family. If you could afford to, please get yourself checked. Please do. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat there, Jeremy. I appreciate that. And again, I was just ribbing you later on. Okay, so my friend, just ribbing you. Let's see here. Next question. Mario's getting coffee. Give me one too. My friend. Mario, I need a coffee too. Black, please. Black. So technically, if you want to go hardcore carnivore diet, you're not supposed to drink plants. And technically, coffee is a plant. So for me, maybe I shouldn't be drinking coffee, but I don't care. I need the caffeine. I need the caffeine. So let's see here. And here's the thing too, because we're talking about I'll admit part of me. One of the reasons why I do these carnivore diets off and on is because. When you're in that situation where someone you love is is going to pass away, you do a lot of reading because you want to see if there's any way the doctors aren't telling you how to prevent it. How can I prevent it? Is there a way? Is there any possible way I could prevent this that the doctor's not telling me? So you go and you read all the books. You go and you read as many articles as you can online. Try home remedies, try things that, who had this disease and who survived or who was able to live the longest and what did they do? You're always looking at that. And for me, a lot of people, a lot of the studies say that cancer, I won't get it. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor, nor am I the best reader at the end of the day. But a lot of people had said, a lot of people said that cancer feeds off glucose and sugar. So a lot of times they would recommend that a lot of people would try to get you off cancer, especially brain cancer. especially brain cancer. They say this is effective when you go on a ketogenic or a carnivore style diet. It actually helps because the theory is that it starves the cancer because you're denying it of the glucose and the sugar that it needs. Okay? So part of me does do these type of diets where I take out all the sugar and the carbs and all that stuff. I think subconsciously it's a way for me to kind of make sure that I don't get it, because my kids kind of need me, the kids kind of need me right now, and I got to do everything I can to stick around for the kids, So part of me is like, okay, maybe this will help kind of back it off a little bit. So I'm sorry, because somebody mentioned about remedies for cancer, and that's something I heard, because you also hear things like eat certain types of fruits and all that. And then you go to your oncologist, my oncologist, our doctor's like, that's all bunk. It's all not true. He's like that. But then all the treatments that he gives, they're very harmful, So there you go. Jeremy has heart failure. So sorry to hear, buddy. Sorry to hear. But thank you for the super chat. But really sorry to hear, man. And I hope that's getting better, my friend. Sorry to hear that. So, but that's the worry also with this diet, is because the cholesterol goes high. The cholesterol goes up. And then you got guys like Paul Saladino that says, don't worry about the cholesterol, like you need cholesterol. But that does increase the chances of, like Jeremy, heart failure. So, yeah. Sorry to bring it down again, guys. We just started talking, and I just brought it down again. Let's bring it back up a little bit. Let's bring it back up a notch, okay? Let's go to the next question here from Joshua Van Wyck. Says, hi, James. Hope all is well. Not a question, but thank you for what you're doing. You inspired me to start drawing again. Thank you very much. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, my friend. Here's the deal, because, a lot of times, and for a lot of people, and I met a lot of people like this, like they used to love art when they were kids. They used to love art. And I'm not saying this is your situation, but there was some situation of friends of mine that they loved art when they were kids. They loved to do it. But like my parents, their parents thought there was no future, and that made them stop. Even though they were good at it. They were good at it. Their parents made them stop. Their parents made them go into a profession that they don't like to this day. Right? And at the same time, like, I don't blame the parents, because they're just looking out for the kid. It's more of a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding of what can really happen if the kid goes full force into this type of career. It's an understanding thing. It's not they don't care about the kid, they want to ruin their fun. No, it's about they want their kid to be able to eat. They want their kid to be able to pay their rent. Okay, or pay their mortgage. And they don't think that art can do that. And my parents was like that too. I mentioned that before, where my mom was a hairdresser, so she cut hair for a living. And there was an artist outside of her shop, and he was just sitting there all day trying to sell paintings. So when I tell her that I'm going to do art, that's her perceived notion of art. That's going to be me outside of someone's shop trying to sell paintings. So she don't want that life for me. She wanted what's it called? Of course, they want you to have the best life possible. And the old school way is doctor, lawyer, professor, like those kind of jobs. So that's all they know. And you're a kid, if you don't know any better, or if you didn't, or even if you did know better, sometimes, the parents are the one, they're paying for your, they're paying for you to live, right? So what can you do? So I get it. But then later on in life, they find their passion and find what they like doing. So So that's what I'm glad you found your passion for drawing, my friend. I'm so glad you found your passion for drawing, Joshua. There you go. Ryan says Marvel superheroes. I love Marvel superheroes. Not sure if there was a question there, but I too love Marvel superheroes. There you go. There you go. Beans says draw me. So the beans want me to draw the beans. There you go. You know what they say about beans, guys? You know what they say about beans? Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. With a little more, thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Speak the truth. Love you, brother. Love you too, bro. Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here, brother. What's the non-PG way of singing that? It's not really. It's still PG. It's got beans. What was it? Beans. I forgot what it was. Beans, something apart. The more you eat, the more you fart. That was the second version of that. I forgot what it was. Yeah, whatever. But no, I don't feel like drawing beans. Okay, Justin, my buddy Justin's here, and he asked a very poignant question. How can I do business with my art? Okay, and that is the question in it. That's the question, my friend. It's the hardest question. How do you do business with your art? The only way you could do business with your art is if you can make your art sellable. If you can make your art so that people are willing to either buy your art or watch you make the art. Okay? So 2 ways about thinking about that. Okay? That people either want to buy your art to hang it on their wall, or 3 ways. 3 ways. I'll take that back. 3 ways to make money off art. People are willing to buy your art to put it on their wall. Number 2, they're willing to pay for you to watch you create the art. Okay? Or number 3, companies are willing to pay you because they believe your art can sell their product. Okay? So it's tough. It's a tough thing. And again, as creatives, that is the hardest thing that we all do, that we have. That's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is the business side. It always has been, always will be. Some are just natural business people. They know how to sell. I wish I was that person. I wish I knew how to sell. I'm not a very good seller. My wife was... She was the negotiator. She was the one who loved business. She knew how to sell. My buddy, Christopher Keiko, one of the most talented, well, not just artists. He's one of the most talented artists I've ever seen, but he's also one of the most talented business people I've ever seen. That dude knows how to sell. I think that dude should do a masterclass in how to make money with art. Like at conventions and stuff. I would even buy that. If my buddy Christopher made a Skillshare course, or even a course on his website where he taught all of his business practices. Because that dude, I know, he makes tens of thousands of dollars at every convention he goes to. Every convention he goes to, he makes tens of thousands of dollars. As someone who's not an established or published artist, right? Like, he has a social media following, but it's not like it's in the millions of followers. But he's able to make more money than me at a convention because he is just that good of a salesman. He's a fantastic... Well, also, not to downplay the art. The art is phenomenal. The art that he does, it's phenomenal. So that's one part. If you get that part down first, make your art phenomenal, you're partly there. The next part is, how do you sell it? And that's hard. Like, even me, that's a struggle. I have no idea. I wish I knew. I wish I knew that side more or better. Okay? So maybe you guys could teach me the best way to sell. Now, what do people do? Sometimes they get business partners. And we talked about the downfall of doing that yesterday. Yesterday we talked about business practices and who can we trust and all of that. We talked about that in yesterday's stream. So I don't want to go over all that again. But yeah, business, hard, but necessary. if you want to make art your full-time career, you need to know business. You need to know. So, Ilaria TCG asks, James, that's me. I'm James. The camera's back on here, guys. James, that's me. Since you're a professional artist, what tips do you have in negotiating pricing for art pieces and pay? Thanks for advance, please. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Again, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But this is what I do. And first of all, again, thank you to Jeremy. Jeremy, you've been donating a lot today, and I really do appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. So do you follow Imagine FX magazine? Not as much as I used to. Not as much as I used to. To be honest, the way of the magazine has gone by the wayside. But they still have some really cool like whenever I'm in the Indigo here, that's our bookstore. That's our Barnes and Noble here is Indigo. Whenever I'm there, I would actually, that's one of my go-tos. I would go to there and flip through that magazine. You know, one magazine that I miss already was a magazine called Cinefex Magazine. It just closed its doors like recently, like literally in the last year, if I'm not mistaken. They just closed their doors. And that was the magazine for visual effects. That was the visual effects magazine. And I miss that because I used to do ads. I used to create ads for the visual effects company I worked for. The company I worked for was called Spin. And I used to create the ads to put in those magazines. And it was great. It was just great to keep up with the industry and to see what was going on. So I miss the old magazines, my friend. I really do. But definitely Imagine FX. That's definitely one of the great ones for sure. Like the concept art magazines, they're really cool. They're really cool. Yep, Marsky loved that magazine for sure, right? So yeah, miss the old magazines. But they're not here anymore. But again, whenever I'm in the bookstore, that's the first thing I go to. Actually, whenever I go to the bookstore, so whenever I go to the Indigo, or when I'm in the States in the Barnes & Noble, or whatever your local bookstore is, whenever I go to the bookstore, the first place I go is the comic section first. I go to the comic section first, and then I go to the art book section. Okay, so I'll go to especially the movie art books, because I love to see like the art of whatever movie here and there. And sometimes there's art of books of movies you didn't even know had art books. So I love to go there. Then I go to the business section. I like to go look, see if there's my favorite business gurus are there. You know, those self-help books. Then I go there. And then after that, then I go to the magazines after there. Okay? So just say I'm in the mall, I have some time to kill because my daughter's shopping for clothes or whatever. I'll go to the Barnes & Noble, and that's how I kill the time. That's what I look at. Right? So, MBJ throws in a super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Now, will I ever draw Tim Burton's never-made third Batman costumes? Continues, like you did with James Cameron's Spider-Man movie drawing. Also, what kind of marker is that? Thank you for that question. That was fun. That was a lot of fun to do. Maybe. And if I do it, it would just be in a setting like this. But again, it's also hard to do now because to do a video like that, I really need my buddy Mark Michael. You guys know Mark. Unfortunately, he doesn't work with me anymore. Mainly because I can't afford to pay him anymore. It's hard to do without him, right? Because we kind of built that together. And I even told Mark, if he ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, I told Mark, if he ever wanted to start one, I think he would kill it at one of those type of, if that was the niche of his channel, like going through that kind of stuff. I think he would do great. I think he would do a great Star Trek channel. He would kill at a Doctor Who channel. Like all of those subject matters I'm not too familiar with, but he absolutely loves. So we'll see what he ends up doing. Yeah. So I it's hard pressed for me to do that without Mark, right? So, but yeah, I'll never say never, but we'll see. Maris, I should do the art of James Joyce. Maybe I'll do a book at the end of this. at the end of this, like David Finch did, like 365 days of drawing live, you know, and put every piece of art in there. How much time do I got? I got 7 minutes left, guys. I got 7 minutes left. So I'm just going to do a quick erase just to see what I've missed here. So, oh, by the way, I missed that other question here. This is a permopaque marker by my friends at Sakura. I'll be honest. Buy the T-shirt. I'll be honest. Buy the T-shirt. I'm trying to. I can't find this marker. I just can't. I'd buy this by the box. The only way I have this marker right now, because usually it comes in a pack with colors, but I just want the black. I don't use the other colors, right? The only way I'm able to get a box of markers like this is if Sakura sends it to me. So they sent me this pack of markers. And again, couldn't be more thankful to Sakura for doing that for me. But I want more. I want more. But I can't find it on Amazon. I just can't find it. So, yeah, what can you do? Kahi just threw in a super chat. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. He said, hello, Sir Box Office. I heard what you said about your YouTube channel. Would be if you weren't doing art? So important question. If you were a wrestler, what would be your wrestling gimmick? The box office basher? So yesterday we were talking about, I was talking about if I were to do a YouTube channel that was not art related, what kind of YouTube channel would I do? And I said that I would do a wrestling channel, bar none. That would be what I would do because it's something that I absolutely love. I would do even if no one paid me to do it because that's how much I love watching wrestling. Okay. So she's asking me if I was a wrestler, what would be my gimmick? What would be my gimmick? My gimmick would be, and by the way, I will say this: I would never be a wrestler. I love wrestling. I highly respect what those guys are do. I would never be a wrestler. I have no interest in trying it. No interest. I'm too out of shape. And to take a bump. Yeah, have you ever seen them put a ring together, guys? They're not jumping on a trampoline. Like, that ring is made of wood. And they're falling on wood. Now, maybe there's like a little mat underneath it. But it's very small. Right? And like, I'm watching them fall. And I don't want to do that. That looks like it hurts. Wrestling hurts, man. Like, call it fake fighting or whatever. Yeah, maybe they pull their punches. But when they fall, that's real. That's a real fall. I'm like, ow. Ouch. By the way, EDC Explain asks WWE or AEW. Like, can't we like it? Can't we like it all? Just like Marvel and DC. Do you have to pick a side? Do you really have to? Can't you love both? I love both of them, man. I really, really do. But let me answer the question. So what would be my gimmick? And I like that a lot. Box office basher. I made a character. I made a character when I was a kid. I think I called him. I forgot. I'm trying to remember the name. I really am trying to remember the name of the character I created. But he was like a Filipino dude. He would come out with a straw hat and a barong. He'd wear that. And he has a submission move. I called it the rice cooker. The rice cooker. So what will happen is it'd be like a cross-faced chicken wing. For those of you who understand, I'll show you the microphone here. So he would cross the guy's neck like this, and then with this hand here, he would tickle his belly like this. Like this. He would tickle his belly like this, right? He'd tickle his belly. I call that the rice cooker because for those of you who know how Filipinos make rice, you get the rice cooker here. You put your hand in and you swish the rice around like that. You swish the rice around like that. So I called it the rice cooker. Was it the Philippine Dream? I would like to say it was called the Philippine Dream. That was the character. I said, oh, I don't think so, EDC. Like I understand your point of view. EDC thinks that AEW is hot garbage. I don't know about that. You know what? It's been forever that WWE had real competition with real money behind it. And if you're entitled not to like it, for sure. I went to an AEW taping of Dynamite like 3 weeks ago. I told you guys this, right? I told you guys this. I went to an AEW taping, and I got about a minute left of Robin here. And I'm going to blame my friend here, EDC, who grind my gears. It's not grind my gears. That's his opinion. That's your opinion. It's real competition. Whether we like it or not, whether you like the product enough, it's the only competition they've ever had since WCW. Really. TNA was never competition. These guys, they have the money to be real competition. Okay? But I had 2 events a few weeks ago, okay? The Wednesday night, I went to see AEW live, okay? The second night, I went to the Black Adam special event here in Toronto. I got to see The Rock in person. I saw The Rock in person, okay? And by the way, that one you said where Impact is greater than AEW, that's not that out there. That's not that out there. I don't mind that. But those 2 events back to back, AEW Wednesday night, seeing The Rock in person the next night. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, AEW was more fun. I had so much fun at that show. It was incredible. That crowd, and my kids, who actually, they know WWE wrestlers, they don't know AEW wrestlers. Even them, we had so much fun. It was amazing. We loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I loved it more than actually seeing The Rock in person the next day. Okay? Now, maybe if he actually saw my arm and took it, maybe I would have had a different opinion. But to each his own. You don't like it, and that's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Me, I love AEW. I think it's great that we finally have some real competition. Of course, they had some drama recently. Drama? Did they have some drama? You got some big drama there. Of course, they had some drama recently, but, it was bound to happen. It's wrestling. It's wrestling. Every company has drama. And WWE, AEW, both have good sides to it and bad sides to it. And I love it. I love it. EDC, I was in the front row seeing The Rock. I was like literally 2 rows away from seeing The Rock. Okay, you know what, EDC, again, brother, if you don't like it, fantastic. To me, that was the big difference. You would think that meeting my hero for the first time, live in person, would be more important to me than seeing an AEW event. But it wasn't. It wasn't. So, anyway, let's go back because I think I missed a super chat here. From, again, Jeremy. Jeremy, you've been super chatting a lot today. Thank you, brother. I really, really appreciate that, my friend. It says, Barnes & Noble is life. That's right. Love the bookstore. Would you either do a job for Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? I would say... That's an interesting question because immediately what came to my mind... Oh, timer's done, guys. Timer's done. Did it beep? I missed the beep. All love, EDC. All love, my friend. We are allowed to like what we like, and you are allowed to like what you like, and I value your opinion, my friend. Same thing. But back to Jeremy. Would you do a job for Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? Okay, that's a very interesting question because my knee-jerk reaction to that, would be like, of course, Star Wars, of course, Star Wars. But then I thought about it. I took a step back, and even though I'm not the biggest property of Lord of the Rings, I already did that. I already did a Star Wars job. I already did that Star Wars mural that took a good year of my life to do. When probably it was a mistake in terms of my channel because my channel was the hottest it's ever been at that time, but I needed to take time away. So instead of capitalizing on the success of my channel, I had to do the Star Wars piece. Okay? Because that took 1,000 hours of my time. And because I've done that already, part of me thinks I would be more interested in doing a Lord of the Rings piece. So that is a very, very intriguing question. Though I heard the Rings of Power wasn't that great. I didn't watch it, but I heard Rings of Power wasn't that great. But if you ask me today if I had a choice between the two, I'd probably do Lord of the Rings because it'd be new, exciting, something I haven't drawn before. The fact I haven't drawn it before, that excites me more than actually doing another Star Wars piece. I've drawn so much Star Wars over the past few months, and I'm still working. Why am I still working on Robin? The timer went off. Got to move on. Got to move on. That is a very, very interesting question. So thank you for that, Jeremy. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that. Okay, let's get back to the chat here. Okay. So again, love answering your questions, guys. You could ask me in the chat, but I will give priority to the super chats and to those who post in the community tab. So it's okay. You guys don't have to donate to ask me a question. Go to the community tab and then ask there. But I am going in order. Okay, so let's see here. Next question here. How to draw Batman, Faith Martinez says. Though that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And again, maybe I'll just draw the Robin's hand in quickly, guys. My style of teaching now, if you want to call this a style of teaching, watch and ask. We'll call this watch and asks. Okay? Watch me create it, and then ask me questions. Ask me why I do things. And I'd be more than happy to answer you, okay? Next question here from Sly Fox, Caleb. What's your favorite type of drawing to do? This. This is the style because, you know, you guys see me do those 10 style type videos. And this is, this is my preferred style because this is the style I grew up with, that I learned with, that I gravitate towards. So I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. And I probably would get more viewers if I did draw in a more of an anime style. But it's not about that. It's me really enjoying what I'm drawing. Okay? So, before we go to the next question, can you be a millionaire artist? MJ Wall asked. Yes, you can. Ask Beeple. Though I think he's probably... He was lucky. He sold his NFT. Now if he kept all of his money in crypto, maybe he's not a millionaire anymore. Or if he kept all his money in... in crypto. Maybe he's not a millionaire anymore. But it's definitely possible. Did you guys hear that story about David Cho? Did you guys hear that story about David Cho? Let me quickly, we're going to do the next character here. I'm going to do one more character. We'll say the Joker for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do, Batgirl? Let's do Batgirl. Let's do a girl. How about Batgirl? Let's do Batgirl. Yeah. Okay. Let's do Batgirl. Okay, so we're going to draw Batgirl right now. But if you didn't hear the story about David Cho in comic circles, like we've heard of David Cho all the time. He's a phenomenal artist, and he, I remember him more from those Vertigo covers he used to do. He'd do a lot of covers, fantastic artwork. Like he's like an artiste, right? Just changing the battery, guys. And David Cho got a job. This was years upon years ago. David Cho got a job from Mark Zuckerberg, as we know, the owner of Meta, right now, back then Facebook, to paint the walls of their office. And when it came to the compensation for that office, when it comes to compensation for it, I think he was offered, I think it was like $40,000 or $50,000, something like that, to paint the office. But instead, he said, no, instead of that, I don't want that, because he said he was a serial gambler. He didn't want that. He wanted stock in the company. How tall is Batgirl, by the way? Is she as tall as Robin? Whoops. Sorry. Whoops. Oh. Sorry to say it. I accidentally I deleted your message by accident. That was an accident, my friend. Apologies. Is Batgirl taller than Robin? I don't think so, right? Let me go back here. I don't think Batgirl is taller than Robin, right? Not the same. Yeah. So he got stock instead. And David Cho, I think, was the first millionaire. He was the first millionaire, it's called comic artist. Hey, is that my nephew? I got a nephew in the chat here, my friend. My friend Christopher, my nephew from Chicago. If you're the right Christopher, if I believe. My nephew Christopher from Chicago. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Good morning. That's right. That's what I was about to say. I know you're my cousin Michael's son. There you go. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. My cousin Christopher's my nephew. He lives in Chicago. He don't make fun of him. He's gonna beat you up. Christopher, what martial arts discipline you practice? Christopher, was it Taekwondo? But I always see pictures that your mom puts up of you guys and Taekwondo. It is Taekwondo. That's right. That's Taekwondo. That's right. So don't mess with Christopher, guys. Be careful when you talk to Christopher here in the chat. He's gonna beat you up. There you go. You know, Christopher, I took Taekwondo as well. Back in my day, I quit when I was 15. I sucked. I was horrible. I was horrible. As we say in French, Canadian friends, horrible. I took Taekwondo for 9 years. So I started when I was really young, and I had the Poom belt. Do you know the Poom belt? So when you were you're too young to be a full black belt. So you wore the Poom belt, right? So the belt was like black and red, right? If I'm not mistaken. So that was the extent of my Taekwondo experience. I think I just remember some of the patterns. But anyone can beat me up. Don't worry. These days. You know what's funny, Christopher? Me and your aunt, my sister. Here's the thing. Your aunt wanted to take the Taekwondo. I wanted to play piano. Okay? My parents were like, that's not right. James, you should take Taekwondo. Right? Your sister should play the piano. So we both do the things we didn't like to do at the end of the day. So that's what it is. So, now what can you do? I didn't put a timer, by the way. Speaking of time, I didn't put the timer for what time is it now? It is 6:16. Maybe we'll just go 30 minutes. Let's do 30 minutes. I'm gonna put the timer on for put the timer on. Here, I'm just going to change the timer. Let's make it 30 minutes. Because it shouldn't take that long. 30 minutes. Done. Oh, let me know, guys. If you ever hear the timer. Just let me know. Okay? Let me know. Okay? So, let's start that. Okay, so, but by the way, Christopher, I should come and we should go for dinner. One of these days. Next time in Chicago. Definitely we should go for dinner. It's long overdue. I don't think I've sat down and talked with your dad in a long time. So yeah, it'd be great to see your whole family for sure. Let's see here. Next. Oh, by the way, Skyclops. It was why in black this time? What happened to the red or the blue pencil? First of all, I have a very, very profound answer to that, and it's very philosophical. You guys might want to write this down. The reason I do not draw with the blue pencil anymore, it's because I can't find it. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. No, that's not true. It's downstairs somewhere if I could find it. But actually, the real reason, well, that is the real reason. But the secondary reason is that I want you guys to be able to see it more. And I find when I do it with pencil, you can actually see it better than if I did it with blue. With blue, I really have to change the contrast of the camera so you could see it better. I have to change the contrast of the camera so you could see it better. So doing it this way, at least you could watch it more. At least you could watch it more. And hopefully you could learn a bit more when I'm drawing with pencil, okay? So, will I ever go back to it? Yeah, probably. Probably, but for now, I'll just use this pencil here. Because also, I want to show you guys that you don't really need fancy artwork. You don't need fancy materials whenever you're drawing, guys. You don't. Like, even just this pencil here. This pencil I got at the dollar store, guys. It's a literal dollar store pencil. You could get a pack of this. Pack of 4 for like $2, right? And then you pack of a 5-pack of this is $1, right? 5-pack of that's $1. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's you don't have to start off with the fanciest materials, guys. Okay? Just get a piece of paper and pen, whatever you can afford, and then work on the craft. And eventually time will come. Eventually time will come when you can afford better quality materials. Like, I don't expect anyone to be able to afford these Copics. I can hardly afford the Copics. I can hardly afford those. But for the regular person, or for the person just starting out, or for a lot of you, your kids, it's too much. It's too much. And even as a parent, I wouldn't buy that stuff for you. And, okay, show me your skill. Okay? If my kids are like, Dad, buy me a set of Copics, well, show me you're going to use them properly first. Show me that, because that's an investment. You're paying hundreds of dollars for markers. Like, literally hundreds of dollars for markers. You better show me you know how to use them before I make that kind of investment. Use them and use them well, right? So that's why I use the regular pencil there. So here you go. Next question. Let's go to the questions. Let's see. Angel Bob. Did I answer this question? I'll answer it again. Really enjoying your daily streams. Thank you, my friend. Great having you here every single day, too. Great having you here. Keeps the company while working from home. Awesome, my friend. Yeah, let's work together. I always say, guys, let's work together. We're all here in the morning, hanging out. Don't just watch me. Get a piece of paper out, pencil, and draw, or whatever you have to do for the day. Just draw. We'll have a fun conversation here. Whatever's going on that's not political or offensive. Though I think that wrestling talk was a little political, if you ask me. And that got a little heated there. Got a little heated. That AEW versus WWE talk. A little heated. But all good, all love, as my friend said there. But is there something you really want to draw but haven't drawn yet? Yeah, One Piece and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll tell you that much. I'm blaming you guys that we haven't watched, that we haven't done that yet. But not really. I would say not really. Let me think about that for a second, because I think there was one thing that I really wanted to draw. And, no, it is a wrestling piece. It is a wrestling one. I want to do a bloodline piece. I really, really do. Jeremy wants Jeremy with the super chats all day long. Thank you, my friend Jeremy. Again, you don't have to do that, brother. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate the support. It really means a lot to me. Jeremy, means a lot. Visit Oklahoma City. I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to visit Oklahoma City. Be a lot of fun. Though, again, the very first place I'm going to visit, though, is is probably Europe. I'll probably go to Europe first before I go to the States again. But we'll see how that goes. But also definitely Chicago. If my buddy's still there, definitely go Chicago. But Elijah, we're gonna do Turtles on the weekend. I made that executive decision. Turtles on the weekend. So maybe I will make a poll about Turtles. So maybe I could do something about Turtles. But we will be doing Turtles this weekend. Okay. By the way, Rob Simoneau, Rob Simoneau. Don't forget Sammy Uso, by the way. Absolutely, we need Sammy Uso there. You know that drawing, it's going to be very Usy. There you go. Rob says, my hair looks great today. Thank you, babe. Today is one of those few days I am not scared to keep the hat off. I just got my hair cut yesterday, so I feel a little fresh. So fresh and so clean. Fresh and so clean. Fresh and clean. My friends, fresh and clean. So we're going to get into inking Batgirl here in a second. I just closed my questions for some reason. Let's see here. Oh, Sergeant D has a Batman drawing by Ty Templeton. Ty Templeton is a great comic. He's one of the first comic artists I met in person. I think that was the very first comic book convention that I went to with Mark Michael. As you guys know, Mark Michael's my childhood friend of mine. The very first comic convention we went to, I think the two comic artists that were there was Dave Sim, the creator of, I believe it's called Cerebus. Is that how you say it? Cerebus or Cerebus? It's Comic Book Bob here. It's Comic Book Bob here, or maybe you guys can tell me. Is it Cerebus or Cerebus? At the time of the most consecutive issues of comic coming out was Dave Sim. But at that time, he actually wrote, I believe, was Spawn #9. So nobody had copies of Cerebus. They just had a copy of Spawn #9. And Ty Templeton was there. And Ty Templeton, I think I got him to sign something too at the time. I just don't remember what it was back then. So there you go. Let's go back to the questions. Sky Fox Caleb, do I have a Discord server? Yes, I do. I don't know how to get into it though. So let me work that out. I think I will bring the Discord back, guys. Maybe this weekend, and I will let you guys know. Let's get back on there. But I've been hesitant because I wanted to make sure that I would be streaming for long. Now we've been doing it straight for over a week now, so I'm a little more confident in bringing it back. But we'll see. Maybe the weekend, guys. Maybe the weekend. Okay. So next question. Next question here from Guilio Lotti. Guilio. My friend Guilio. Good to see you, my friend Guilio. He said, how did you start doing your job? Okay, that's a multifaceted question there because which job? I have so many jobs. So I don't know if Guilio's here to elaborate, but you guys know I had so many careers. I worked in comic books. I worked in film. I worked in video games. I worked in visual effects, and of course I worked in YouTube. I worked as a college professor as well. All of those have different ways I got those jobs. So very hard to answer that question. Very, very hard to answer that question. So I'll wait for clarity on that. So we'll ask again, but be very specific because I don't want to give 100 answers right now. So I want to make sure I could definitely give more answers to others. Okay, so next question. Les questions. Let's see. Mario says, me too, lots of jobs, but not that high paying. Trust me, mine were either. Aaron, Jaden, Solano. Okay, that's a Filipino name, right? Is that a Filipino name? You have a very Filipino avatar there. It's like a Pixar avatar, but it looks Filipino. How do you get the proportions right? Like how to draw Batman, basically. Depends on what kind of proportions you're going to. Now, we always say there's a rule. There's a rule we have as artists. Know the rules before you can break them. So before, I would always suggest to everyone who wants to do like exaggerated art, who want to do art with all this exaggeration, maybe you want to draw like in an anime style, whatever style you want to draw in. I think it highly, it will help everyone, no matter what style you want to draw. If you want to draw like an anime style or a very stylized cartoony style, it will help you immensely if you knew how to draw realistically, understand realistic proportions first, before you know the rules, before you could break them. Understand how muscles work before you add muscles that weren't even there. Okay? So again, lots of practice. Again, like EDC says here, lots of practice. Okay? But definitely look. Don't be afraid to look at a reference, guys. Don't be afraid at looking at reference. And when I say reference, not necessarily other artists, but look at anatomy books. If that's not your thing, if you're into bodybuilders, if you want to look at body, that's the thing about bodybuilders is because they have so much. They don't have. When you look at bodybuilders in competition, their body is so low on water that you could see all the muscles, you could see all the striations, you could see all the muscles and how they interact and work whenever they flex. So you actually get a better understanding of how muscles work by looking at them. Or me personally, that's how I felt anyway. I felt I had a really good understanding when I started studying the way their bodies looked. So those are some tips that you could use, okay, when trying to figure out proportions, okay? But again, lots of great books out there. I would recommend Bern Hogarth. He has a fantastic book, Dynamic Drawing, Dynamic Anatomy. That's one of my favorite books to read. Of course, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. If you want a simpler, straightforward answer, check out that. In fact, you could even just go on YouTube because they have the video version of that on YouTube. You can actually check that out. And it's not bad, my friends. Not bad at all. Well, give me just 1 second, guys. So definitely not a bad way about going about things. Okay, so next question from Giro Angelo Odero. Let me see if I can say that in a Filipino accent. Oh yes, Giro Angelo Odero. Oh Giro. I bet you your nickname is Gigi, or oh. There you go. Let's see here. His question: you look like a Filipino Pinoy from the Philippines. Are you from the Philippines? I am not. I am Canadian. I'm Canadian, eh? I got that Canadian accent. A boot, eh? I remember watching an episode of Whose Line, and they said, and they have this game called I think it was called Languages. Now, this game they will not play today. There's no way in today's cancel culture society would they ever play this game anymore. They wouldn't play this game anymore. Unless they do. I could be wrong. But it's like they talk in a foreign language, so they give them a suggestion for a foreign language, and they pretend they're speaking their foreign language, and then someone dubs it. They subtitle it, right? But someone suggested Canadian. And it was so funny the way they did. That's how they spoke in Canadian. They go, hey, boot, eh? Boot. So, but yes, my heritage, of course, is Filipino. As you can tell, my parents were from the Philippines. They moved here, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, they moved here in 1972 to Canada. I was born and raised in Canada, though I have visited the Philippines many times. So I love going to the Philippines. Hope to go back again one of these days. We'll see. Probably not in the immediate future. It might be a while before I go back to the Philippines, but maybe one day. You never know. Okay. Next question. Next question. Let's see here. Webmaster, wonderful question here. When am I going to upload a new vid? There you go. I have been extremely busy with the things I have during the day. I have a lot of responsibilities during the day. In fact, somebody asked me what is my quote unquote day job. I am actually like a YouTube consultant. We'll just leave it at that. Call it a YouTube consultant. But so I actually help in that way, taking my YouTube knowledge to another level. But without without going into detail, let's just say I'm somewhat of a YouTube consultant. Let's just say that. Okay. But when am I going to upload a new vid? And that's a good question because I have because we've been doing this every day, and I actually had a lot of videos I shot before I started this live stream that are just kind of sitting there. So it's all about when I'm able to get around to edit it. Now, if I could afford to have my buddy Mark Michael here with me, they would be all out right now. But I can't, so I just have to kind of step back and start. What's it called? I got to step back and start editing these things. Okay, so I could get them out to you. And they're not gonna be rock level editing. And when I say rock level, like the rock video, they won't be like that. For sure. I just don't have the time to do something like that anymore. It'll be a long time before you see me do a visual effects video, guys. I will tell you why. I mentioned this before earlier in this week. They're just too expensive. And just to give an example of that, the Keanu Reeves video that I put out a few months ago, that video cost me thousands of dollars to produce. In terms of paying my editors, in terms of the actual VFX work that was needed, the amount of hours we put into that particular video, that Keanu Reeves video, and it was a good thing we got a brand deal on that. That was a little bit of relief, but definitely quite the hit for me personally. As fun as that video was, I love that video. It's a lot of fun video, but it just didn't get the views. And same with the last two that I did. The last two, the Hulk, the 100 Hulks, and the Spider-Man one. The Spider-Man one, again, thousands of dollars in terms of paying my guys. To put it together, because that was months of work, a month or so of work, and for something that only gets like 60,000 views, it's not much money that came in. So both of those, I took quite the hit doing those type of videos. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, what worked before doesn't necessarily mean it's working now. So just because those type of videos worked before, and again, the subject matter matters. I think for the Rock video, the fact it was the Rock that sold that video more than anyone else. But then again, like the Ryan Reynolds video did extremely well. Like that's over 1 million views. But I can't afford to keep those type of videos going because they're too expensive. They're just too expensive. And that's the harsh realities, right? So. And it's not the support. And again, I'm not going to blame, when a video doesn't work, and I'll tell you guys this too. If a video doesn't work, don't blame the audience. Don't blame, well, people didn't watch this. Why didn't you watch these videos? Why did you watch this video? It just means the video didn't resonate with the people, or it didn't resonate no matter how much money you spend on it. And I always say this, guys, like if you're working on your YouTube videos, just because you worked on something for 1,000 hours doesn't mean you deserve to have success with that video. It doesn't mean that. You can work 1,000 hours on a video, but the video is no good. The video is no good. Doesn't matter how long you worked on it. Just because you worked hard on something doesn't mean you deserve to reap success from it. Okay? Because it's unfortunate, but in this day and age, people just like what they like. And then you get frustrated when you see yourself work on a video for 1,000 hours, and then you see another video where someone just sat in front of the camera and said something for a good 5 minutes, just talk for 5 minutes, and get 10 times as many views as you do. But you spent like how many dollars and how many, but that's just the way it is. It's because the person who did that content, it resonated with that audience. And you know what? They deserved to get that many views. They deserved it. Because they knew what their audience liked and they executed. And good for them. if I just did a video where I just sat down and talked, for now, because it's not what my audience is used to, that's not going to get many views. So YouTube, it's a hard game, guys. Just because you work hard on a video does not mean you're going to get the views you want on it. Working hard only takes you so far. If you don't do the right type of video, then nobody's going to watch it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It is. You know what we say? It is what it is. I'm okay. Elijah says, if you hired me, I would work for free. That's right. Oh, thank you, my friend. But I'm not going to hire you. and it's not because I'm sure you're extremely talented, Elijah. I'm not looking to hire anybody because another reason why I don't have my workers with me anymore. One, because of money reasons, of course. But number two, I'm just not a business person. I'm not very good at it, guys. Running a company, it's hard. It's not something I enjoyed doing. And then it became work. And then it became, I need to make these videos work because I need to pay my guys. Because I want to pay my guys. I have to, like, they have their expenses. They have their living expenses. They're super talented. They deserve to be compensated. Okay. And I did. I compensated them the best I could. Right. I gave them really good deals. And it's my fault because I couldn't make it work. I couldn't get the revenue going. So when you're in a position where the revenue's not coming in, you're forced to do things you don't want to do in terms of the type of content I wanted to make. I wanted to make content that I enjoyed. And I found myself only doing content because I was hoping it would get views. And once you're in that position, I think it's a lose-lose. I don't think it's worth it anymore for me. So. And Elijah said, that's what I'll do for really free. But again, it's not about that, right? It's more than just the money and all that stuff. It's more like I don't want the pressure of dealing with other workers. I don't want to deal with any workers. It's not about being paid. Okay? It's about actually dealing with other workers. Telling workers their work sucks. Not saying my guys' work sucks, right? But telling them fix things and we should do it this way, and then they don't do it, and then there's a lot of that. A lot of that happens because that's what happens. That's definitely what happens, right? Andrew says it's not your fault. Well, it depends on how you look at it, right? As a business person, everything's your fault. Everything's your fault. My channel died, not because of anyone else. It's because of me. I'm the reason why. I couldn't adapt. I couldn't change. I couldn't figure out content that would resonate. I kept doing things that worked in the past but doesn't work anymore, but I still did it. That's my decision, my decisions. I hired those people. You'll never see me put the blame on somebody else. It's my business, my decision, my fault. And you'll never see me blame my workers too, because they worked their behind off for me, right? They worked tirelessly for me, and I couldn't be more grateful for everything they've done for me in this channel. So that's all you can really do, all you can really do. Apple's here, buddy. Love you, Apple. Good to see you. We miss Kevin Conroy. He had just talked to Jedi 2 weeks ago. Jedi is Apple's son. 2 weeks ago. That's great. Apple knows Kevin Conroy, and yeah, such a great loss. We lost so many wonderful creators this year. So again, originally, guys, I wasn't gonna do this because I didn't know. I thought it was just kind of weird drawing thing. Because what I didn't want this to be was, I didn't want this to turn into just like a Batman piece. Just a regular on the mill Batman piece that a David Finch draw Batman piece. I didn't want this to be that. What I did want it to be was once I figured out, okay, what if we took the aesthetics of Batman the Animated Series and then I'll just add some extra rendering to it. Then I was like, okay, that's doable. That we can do. So that's why I opted to do this. Because when I saw that a lot of you were recommending we do this yesterday, I was like, okay, I wasn't even going to put it in the poll. But then the more I thought about it, like, okay, how can I do it? Because a lot of people want it, okay? A lot of people want it, and I know Kevin affected a lot of people. How can I do this where it's respectful? How can I do it where it is the animated series? And it's not just me just drawing Batman, So what if I did it with Batman the Animated Series proportions, but then add in my rendering style? How would that look? So that was the question. Okay. So let's see here. What time is it again? 6:44. We have time to do some more characters here. I don't want to go too into the rendering for back. I guess I could. I got 2 minutes left on Batgirl. What if I'm trying to think if it's worth it, or should I just leave it? It's worth it, or should I just leave it? Now then again, I made her cowl. Let me just look at the colored version of her, guys. Yeah, no. Okay, maybe just the gloves. Just the gloves. So, oh, thank you, Apple. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Been a tough year for the old guard of comics. Absolutely, we lost a lot of greats this year, and all we could really do is just kind of share their work with the younger generation. Like a lot of people probably won't know who a lot of these guys are, that we know. So there you go. Hi, Roger. Hello. Let's see here. Next question here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the questions here. Zena said, what's your favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes? I'll be honest, it's all a little blurred to me because it's been so long. Like, I used to watch it day in, day out before when it was out in the 90s. But not recently. So if you ask me more recently, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So it's like off the top of my head, I don't know. So I don't remember. Let's see. Timbo Stevens asks, who's your favorite Batman actor and why? And let's set aside Kevin Conroy there because he's right up there now, especially now. I think I did rank our favorite Batman, my favorite Batman. And by the way, we're down to 23 seconds, guys. Oh, maybe I'll. Okay, guys, hold on. Got to do the obligatory. Oh no! 15 seconds! Oh no, guys! Oh no, I'm not gonna finish! Oh no! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! That's it. In every video. Every video. So let's go to the side here. I think I'm going to draw the Joker. I kind of want to save the Joker for tomorrow. I kind of do. But I'm thinking Joker. Maybe we'll do Joker. I'll do Joker. And I don't know why Joker would be beside Batman, but whatever. Let's do the Joker. We'll finish off with the Joker today, guys. We'll finish off with the Joker, and I'm gonna add a few more characters tomorrow. Okay. So let's put the timer back on the clock. This is the last thing we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna give myself an hour to do it. Hey, if I finish earlier than an hour, fantastic, great. But let's give myself an hour. And let me just put the timer back on here. So I'm gonna reset that. Let me Edit that to 0, and then we'll make it 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. So let's see here. Apple says, okay, since I couldn't remember mine, Apple remembers his. Apple says the best Batman animated shows I liked were the Clayface series, all the Joker ones, Heart and Ice, Mask of the Phantasm. Oh yeah, Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm, guys. Also, the Great Ghost episode with Adam West. There you go. That's a great one. That's a great one. So, why are you so serious? Why are you so serious? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Oh no! 1 hour to draw the Joker. That's too much time. That's too much time. So we're gonna go ahead and draw the Joker now. Is the music playing, guys? By the way, there's no Joker. Music. Oh, there's music. Oh, we got to the end. That's why. Music is not playing anymore, but I will play again. Why is so late? There you go. There you go. Let's see here. Next question here. Rob, maybe not. There you go. Next question here. While I go look for my Joker reference. So I did get reference prepared this time, guys. So a little bit faster. A little bit. Just a little bit. Hold on, let me just zoom out of my reference here. It's kind of zoomed in. There you go. All right. All right. Desmond just joined the chat. Welcome, my friend. He said, who else is it that will be in the picture? Joker and who? I'm not sure. I don't know. We're just kind of making it up as we go along. And again, I don't know why your Joker would be beside Batman, but this is what we call in the industry poor planning. That's what we call it. This is poor planning. So let's go ahead and draw the Joker here. Little Mark Hamill Joker there. Of course, definitely, we'll definitely do Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's got to be in here. I want Two-Face in here. I do want Two-Face in here. But we will go from there, okay? So again, the goal, guys, of this style of art, okay? The goal here, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, the goal here is when you squint your eyes, you should be able to see Batman the Animated Series. If you squint your eyes, the way it looks, it should feel like Batman the Animated Series. When you open it, then you realize, oh, there's more than that. There's more rendering. And that's what I would like. So say I should put Poison Ivy. Maybe we'll see what we have time tomorrow. And I think we will have time tomorrow because this is going pretty fast. And again, it's not nothing too. These are definitely not Warhammer outfits here, guys. They're definitely not Warhammer outfits, so it's not as not as bad. So let's see here. Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Sorry. It's the Joker. Joker's beside Batman. They're like best friends. Is Joker and Batman best friends, guys? I don't know. That was a really bad Joker laugh, by the way. Really bad Joker laugh. There you go. Oh, thank you, Abba. Thank you very much. Liking it already. There you go. Yeah, I gotta add more. I'll just add as many as I can, guys. We'll see how many we can get done tomorrow. So tomorrow, what I like to do on day 2 of these drawings, like these ones, I actually I take my sweet time whenever I'm doing these ones. But tomorrow's rapid fire day, okay? Because today's the day where like the main characters in the front, they're in the front, okay? Main characters in the front, they're in the front, duh. But tomorrow, when I add the characters, they're going to be more obscure, so I probably can get many more done tomorrow. So we did 4 today, but I think maybe I can get another 9 or whatever going tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. Weblight says maybe I do one side the villains, one side the good guys. Maybe for sure. It's not a bad idea. Elijah just want to try to replicate it. Go for it, my friend. Go for it. Again, learning. That's why I said that today. If you want to call this a tutorial, you can. It's not a draw this line over here, draw this line over here, now draw a line over here type of tutorial. It's more, okay, watch what I'm doing and try to do the same thing. And if you have any questions, ask. And that's one great thing about real time, is that you could see how fast how fast it goes for me, and hopefully it's slow enough where you could follow along. And if it's not, pause it and try it. Yeah, I'll put Catwoman in here too. There's lots of we could put in here, guys. There's like hundreds of characters. Hundreds of characters that we could do here. So let's see. James, did you copy a lot of your art when you were my age? I did. Well, first of all, I don't even know how old you are, my friend. But I would assume you're older than 13 because nobody under 13 watches my channel. Right, Copa? Yeah. Okay, anyway. I'm just joking, guys. I was playing around. Oh, 14. There you go. I was right. 14. I was. Again, I would take comic books and then just try to draw what I saw in those comic books. So definitely yes. Definitely yes. Copying people's art is a good way to learn, guys. But again, I stress. Okay, the time you get in trouble with other artists is when you copy somebody's art. Just because you copy their art doesn't mean that that art is yours now. You didn't come up with the pose. You didn't come up with how the muscles work. You didn't come up with the layout of the piece. All of that takes place before the rendering. Okay, so you might have rendered it yourself, but all that stuff you didn't do. Okay, and that's the biggest difference. It irks me to no end when I see somebody draw a piece that I've seen before online. Like I've seen, they copy like a Tim Burton drawing or whatever, 1-to-1, and then they get these billions of views, and then the original artist doesn't get credit for it. It's always a hard thing to see, but at the same time, I understand that's just today and how today works. Today, when people copy each other's TikToks all the time, and then they get more views than the original TikToker. Like I went on this rant a few days ago, so I don't want to go on that anymore. But just the way it is. But I say to you, if you copy somebody's art, so whether it's mine, well, if you copy mine or whatever, I don't care. But if you copy somebody's art, like somebody in the comic book or something you saw online, and you know who the artist is, what you do is you put after. So you see, I drew this picture of Batman after this artist. That's the what's called professional way to do it. Okay, that is the professional way to do it. Okay, so we're gonna get to ink now. Let's get into ink. Julian says, how many jobs did I have? Many jobs, my friends. Most of my drawings are from photos, not art. Absolutely, Mario. And that's a great place as well, guys. Photos as well. I think some people take it too far when they're trying to, quote-unquote, cancel an artist for using a photo for reference. When an artist uses a photo for reference, I've seen people try to bash artists like, oh, he used this photo. And yes, maybe he looked at it for the pose and stuff, but it's not like he traced it or one-to-one and they just stylized it and everything. You know? I've seen times like that, you know? But you know what? Again, this is not a political place. I'm not gonna go deeply into that. It's a little bit much. Okay, there's nothing wrong with references. I always say, especially real life references. Unless your memory is really, really good. My memory sucks. Well, that's why I have a bunch of Batman the Animated Series character designs in front of me. Okay? Because I don't remember what they look like. I don't remember it. I don't remember what they look like. So I need to look at something because I have no idea what they look like. So yes, please, if you want to follow along and draw your own version of this, go for it. Go for it. In fact, I'd love to see it. If once we get the Discord up and running again, maybe then we could share what we've been working on there, guys. But for now, let's just have some fun. Okay, now let's see here. Next question here, Mr. Broken, would you like to draw Cuphead? I have never seen the show. I believe that's a cartoon, if I'm not mistaken, right? I haven't seen the show, so hard to answer if I haven't seen the show. But I don't know. Mike Russell says you mentioned a mural you did for your church. Can you show it? I don't really have it on me right now. If I get the opportunity, I will show it to you. Right now, I'm not sure if it's still there, but it's hanging in a museum. The original art of that, it's actually hanging in a museum in the Philippines right now. For those of you in the Philippines, it's the INC Museum. It's there. Okay, that's where it should be. But I don't know if they took it down or not. I don't know if it's still hanging there or not. But the original art, it's there, and it's pretty big. It's like for those of you who know comic book boards, it's about 20 comic book boards taped together. That's how big that piece is. It's not as big as the Star Wars piece, but it's pretty big. So let's see here. Next question from Jesus. Jesus Soto. Would you consider drawing a character from Bleach? I just feel like your style could fit with that manga style art, and could be fun experimenting with inking fire since that's the character's power. I am considering. I am familiar with the property, and thank you for the link to the reference there, Jesus. That's definitely on my radar. We're gonna do One Piece first. But Bleach is definitely on my radar. So maybe one of these days for sure. Okay, maybe sooner than later for all I know. But we'll see. Okay. So let's see here. Next question. From Aditya Nair. And by the way, my friend Cheruvi, I told you guys to go check her out for our workout yesterday. Her husband's name is Aditya. So I'm curious about your exposure to any of Kevin Conroy's performances. A lot of people who are aware or close to him who shared lots of wholesome and amazing stories. Wondering if you had anything similar. Keep up the amazing work. Me personally, no. I never got to meet him. Though if Apple's still here, because Apple knows him. Apple knew Kevin. Apple, if there's any short stories you want to share, if you're not busy, you want to type it out. Would you like to share a story about Kevin? By all means, put it in the chat, and I'll definitely read it. I'll read it out for everybody if you want to. If you want to, to share some stories about Kevin Conroy. Will I draw Kevin Conroy's face next to Batman? Well, it's the Joker right now. We'll see if I add him or not. I'm not too sure. I'll be honest. I'm not too sure. I think I might just keep this the animated series style. Okay. Can I draw anime again? No. No, I will. We're going to do One Piece. Okay? We're going to do One Piece, and we will go from there. All right? Next question from Andrew, SASYH. Hi, James. Hi, Andrew. Good to see you, sir. I want to ask you what you do for a living. Now, let me preface this by saying that YouTube still gives me a lot of income. Okay? It gives me a good amount of income. Okay? Even without me doing these crazy videos and stuff, it does give me income, even to this day. Okay? Not enough for me to hire staff, unfortunately, but enough where I'm okay. All right? I also have a lot saved. I saved a lot of money over my YouTube career. And I do, without really going into what I do, let's just say I do YouTube consulting. I do a lot of YouTube consulting, all right? And, of course, I work on my children's show as well. I actually have a show next week, if I'm not mistaken. I have a show next week, my children's show. I'll tell you guys about it because I'll be streaming every day. So I'll tell you when it's happening, what's going on, and then I will tell you how the show went afterwards, okay? So I will definitely give you guys that heads up afterwards. But those are the things I really do right now. And then being Mr. Dad. Taking care of my 3 kids. That is my main job. Let's just say that, all right? Mr. Dad. Mr. Mom. You know, it's that movie, Mr. Mom. Right? So, okay. Apple threw in a little blurb here about a story about Kevin. Okay, if you don't mind, I'll read this. Okay. Right. Right on. That's a great story, Apple. That's a great story, for sure. If you want to read the story, guys, why don't you go ahead and read the chat there? That's a great. I think Apple says it nicely. Okay, so go ahead and read the chat, my friends. Go ahead and read the chat. There you go. Let's go on to the next question here. There you go. Squirrel Nuts says, beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The better you feel, you should eat beans with every meal. I didn't know that last time there. The better you feel, you should eat beans with every meal. I did not know that part. Right? So that's great. Let's see here. Abhinav says, Baby Yoda or Pikachu? That's a good question. Can I ask you guys that? Baby Yoda or Pikachu? You guys pick. Baby Yoda or Pikachu? Baby Yoda or Pikachu? Pikachu. Elijah likes Pikachu. Elijah likes Pikachu. Pikachu. Apple. Baby Yoda or Pikachu? Apple. Baby Yoda or Pikachu? Can I ask you, Apple, how many times have you had Kevin at your shows? Did you have him a lot at your shows? So, for you guys who don't know, my buddy Apple here, he runs the Alamo City Comic Con. And, what's it called? There you go. Oh, another story from Apple. Said Kevin sneaked up on Arnold and said, I hear you want to see Batman here. Here I am. I'm Batman. That's a good one, Apple. That's a great one, Apple. That's a great one. He sneaked up on Arnold Schwarzenegger. It says, I'm Batman. That's fantastic. That is amazing. That is amazing, sir. Many times, yeah. Apple knows everybody. Guys, Apple knows everybody. Absolutely everybody. And brother, I can't wait to come see you again. Hopefully we could get together next year, my friend. Hopefully we can get together next year. It's been too long, my friends. Too long. Baby Yoda. He's a Baby Yoda guy. Me too, buddy. Me too. All good. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda, buddy. Baby Yoda, my friend. Baby Yoda. Did I draw Kamala Khan yet? Not. I don't think she's in Batman the Animated Series. I don't think she is. I have not drawn a Kamala Khan yet. So what do you think? I'm going to ask you guys this. Should I do that? Should I do Movie Club? Or should I just do like regular characters? I'm going to leave that up to you. All right? Oh, you're bringing Comic-Con to Houston. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You're bringing the Comic-Con to Houston this year. All right. Look at that. Breaking news on the box office sort of stream here. The Rays Brigade gets the first scoop here. Bringing Comic-Con to Houston. Comic-Con to Houston. I'm wondering if a certain YouTuber might be on the guest list. Remember? Just joking there, brother. But yeah, that's fantastic, man. That's great. Can't wait to hear more. So, because again, guys, I wanted to go to Alamo this year, to extend my trip to go to Alamo this year. But then looking at the price, I couldn't make it work. To go see my buddy Apple this year, but maybe next year for sure. Oh, really? Oh, so that's some news there. He's going to have, who's going to be at Houston Comic-Con? It's going to be Namo. Namo. And Apple says, yes, you're coming, brother. There you go, brother. Houston, we have a problem. There you go. Excited to see you, my friend. Excited to see you. More than the con, I am so excited to hang out with you again, my brother. Well, hopefully, if you guys are around for Houston Comic-Con, if you guys are in the area of Houston, maybe we're gonna do something in Houston, guys. We're gonna have some fun at Houston Comic-Con. There you go. So that's gonna be fun because we're gonna see Namo. So, first announced here, breaking news on the Box Office Artist YouTube channel. There you go. Thank you, my brother Apple. There you go. It's not gonna be in San Antonio. It's gonna be in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. There you go. Because it's going to be Namo. Oh, Art Dad says can't stand Houston. Come up to Dallas. There you go. Oh, that's gonna be fun, brother. When is it gonna be? Apple? When is it gonna be? When is the con? What dates are we looking at here? So I could put it off too. I know when. I know when. How much time is up? 37 minutes, guys. I'm just taking my sweet time with the Joker. Just taking my sweet time. Sweet time. I'm gonna be the last of the year. Okay, you're doing Dallas also there, Apple. Right on. Yeah, Apple's doing everything. There you go. Apple's all over the place. You got to make up for those pandemic times, eh, buddy? There you go. See, guys, by the way, you talk about a good businessman. That's Apple, that's my birthday. My birthday's June 24th, Apple. Apple, my birthday's June 24th. Be a great way to spend my birthday. Is hanging out with my buddy Apple. There you go. My enemies call me Namo. Ate! Ate! Come here! Ate! That's my daughter, guys. Just one second. Ate, come here. Hey, for my birthday next year, we're going to Texas, okay? For my birthday next year, we're going to Texas, okay? Why? We're going because it's Houston Comic Con. We're going. See, Apple, my daughter's excited. There you go. She just left. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yes, I do want the con to be in Talocan. That's where I want the con to be. Well, I would like it there, but I can't swim. I can't swim. There you go. Oh, well, really? Really? Pedro Pascal for the Mandalorians, Kevin? Wow. Now that's good times, my friends. That's good times. What kind of artwork can I bring to Houston Comic Con, guys? I don't want to do another Star Wars mural. I want to do another Star Wars mural. Yeah, maybe we are going back to old times. Maybe we'll do another Star Wars mural. No, no, maybe not. She was not that excited. That's right, Andrew. She's like, why are we going there? They do love space in Houston. That's right. They do love space. So, that's exciting. They love it. That's exciting there, Apple. Congratulations. That's amazing. That is amazing. So what? Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask you this. Okay, I'm going to Houston. Last time I went to Alamo, Apple treated me so nicely there. He gave me this gigantic space. Not saying that he's gonna give me one now, but he gave me this gigantic space to show that gigantic mural. Now I'm gonna, if I were to do a mural to bring to Houston, guys, what kind of mural should I do? Let me ask you that. Okay, so Mario says all Transformers movies mural. Okay. Any of you guys have any other ideas of other things I could do? Let's see here. Well, if you guys have any ideas, throw it into the chat and I'll read it. Okay. Hey, Risky, how you doing, my friend? Let's see here. The only Comic-Con I've been to, Elijah said, was Comic-Con Africa. And it met Vesna. There you go. Right on. Yeah. Same space. I have the same space. Across from Rob Liefeld again. Same space. There you go. Okay, well, we'll figure it out, brother. We'll figure it out. Because again, a part of it, and again, part of the reason why I did want to go to Alamo this year, because as you guys know, right now I'm currently trying to bring my kids to everywhere that my wife and I went. I want to show them the places we've been to, and you know, and me and my wife had some great memories in San Antonio. So even though it's in Houston, we probably will travel to San Antonio as well, just so I can show the kids, you know, the great times the river walk. Gotta show them the river walk. So let's see. I don't know, Elijah. That might be a little too risque for my taste, or not for my taste, for my channel, because I find that particular property you mentioned there, it's a little too adult, as we say. But then again, I dropped Deadpool, so maybe a Lord of the Rings mural, that would be interesting. So yeah, keep it PG. Even G. I like G. Even G. I don't mind being a G. There you go. So James Bond mural there, Comic Book Bob suggests. James Bond. Actually, you know, again, I wouldn't mind going to Texas too, because a lot of my YouTube friends live in Texas. So, wouldn't mind going to meet up with them too when I'm there. We'll see. Yeah, it is pretty violent there, Elijah. Very violent. But again, because I was thinking about it. I'll be honest. I was thinking about it without having it watching something, because I came a little bit late to the hype, so I wasn't too sure what it was all about. Then I watched a few episodes and I'm like, I can't really draw this. I can't really draw this without a lot of explaining to do. Yeah. Comic Book Bob wants to see a Star Trek version of the Star Wars. You know, that could be interesting. That could be. See, Weblights from Texas. That's right. That's right. I remember. Like you mentioned before, you won the artwork. I remember. I remember, sending it to you. There you go, in Texas. There you go. Steven wants to see the Walking Dead. Let's see here. Skyclops, the Pod Ops. Skyclops, the Pod Ops? Let's say I can't draw shoes. Yeah. Me too. That's why I'm not drawing them. Let's see here. Beast Wars. So we'll see. I'll think about it, guys. That's something to think about if we did a longer term project. But to start, if I did do something like that, guys, I probably won't start till the new year. I wanna spend the last part of 2022 just doing simpler drawings and just hanging out with you guys. Shattered Glass Transformers, maybe, Mace, maybe. Yeah, Power Rangers mural. It is their 30th anniversary next year. That would be interesting. Power Rangers mural would be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. Green Lantern Corpse. That's an interesting one too. It's very interesting. Classic Disney. So to be honest, it's hard to say, guys. It really is. It's hard to say what. Because it's not like we have something like Marvel that's super hot right now. Like, for example, let me tell you guys, what if I completed the original Star Wars mural, right? So I put in there the Last Jedi, I could put in Clone Wars, I could put in Mandalorian, do a Mandalorian piece. That sounds like too much work. See, I just say that now and I got tired already. I just said that and I got tired. When you come up with an art idea and then you get tired thinking about it, probably something you shouldn't do. That's what I'm saying. I just thought to myself, yeah, I can add the Last Jedi, I can add Obi-Wan, I can add the Mandalorian. I'm tired. That's a lot of stuff. That's too much. That's too much work, guys. I'm an old man, guys. I'm an old man. I'm too old for this stuff. Because even doing something like a 800 to 900 character like Pokemon thing, that will take like 3 weeks to a month, but it's not as much work as what that was. Right? So a Dragon Ball Z mural, maybe. Because then again, the question is like, if I were to do another art piece where I draw all the characters of something, right? So what would fall into that category? Like, for example, I think it would be cool if I did one like One Piece. Like if I did a One Piece where you had all the characters. Or Avatar, where I drew all the characters. or like Ben 10. If I would draw all the Ben 10 aliens, I think that would be a pretty fun thing to do. But it wouldn't take me months and months and months, like doing that Star Wars one would. Because Harry Potter is huge for sure. Apple, Harry Potter. I actually started one of those Apple, but much smaller. I started one of those. But there you go. What was it called? Well, I was about to say something. What was funny? When I went at Alamo Comic Con, I remember this dude came up to me, and he complimented me on the mural, right? Because we had the mural up there, and he goes, "How long did that take you?" He said, "How long did that take you?" And I said, "Oh, that took me a good 6 months to draw." And then he looked at me funny, and he was like, "Really? I thought you just did that over the weekend." I'm like, "What?" Did that over the weekend? Yes. Yes. So, man, I'll tell you, if I could do that over the weekend, I'd be a much richer man today. I'll tell you that much. If I could have done that over the weekend, I was like, what? I'd be way richer. I'd be a very rich man. Okay. Over the weekend, Apple. I wish. If I could do that over the weekend, I'd still be in comic books. I'll tell you that. It was like one day. Well, you know what it was just like? You know what that's like? And bless her heart, she probably doesn't know how much comic book art is. It's somebody's mom, and she messaged me because I have a place in my website where I actually asked you guys how much you want to pay for a commission. And bless her heart, this mom, and she probably thought she was being generous, but she asked me, "Can you make a mural like the Superman one? Can you make that with 100 characters of this property here? I want over 100 characters, this giant size, and I want to pay $50. $50. So you want me to work for 2 weeks straight for $50? No. Again, granted, it's probably like her, and in my mind, it's probably her kid that liked my art, wanted to give him a nice birthday present, saw my video. Oh, okay, I want something like that. For us, $50 is a lot of money, so I'm gonna offer that. She probably just doesn't know the amount, because I don't give a sample of how much these things cost. I just say, how much, right? How much? And I was like, And I'll be honest, I didn't even email her back. I didn't even bother because I don't want to offend her. But she probably was offended I didn't email her back. But woo, man. But again, I always tell you guys, your artwork is only as worth as much as somebody's willing to pay for it. So if that's all people want to pay for that type of art, that's how much it's worth. And I should stop doing it to try to sell art. I should just do it to, I should just do it because I love drawing, not because I want to sell the art. Because I definitely can't make money selling art. If that's the case. That's all it was worth. Because that's another reason where you price yourself too, guys. Sometimes if you can, do think about the amount of time and effort you put into a piece of artwork. Imagine all the hours you put into that artwork. And if they're only offering you $50, but you spent like 10 hours on a piece, are you only worth $5 an hour for it? But again, if that's all people want to pay for it, that's all it's worth. So then don't sell it. Don't sell it. Or say no. You don't have to say yes. Say no. Just like I always say, if someone comes in and gives you a lowball offer, you have every right to say yes. Don't just take it. Say no. And sometimes when you say no, then they're willing to up their price. They just want to see if you would take their price. Good morning, Stay Tuned Car Care. Good to see you again, my friend. Okay, next question here. Let's go back to the questions. Because I got sidetracked by my buddy Apple there. Well, we have 20 minutes left in this, but I'm pretty much done this thing for now. 20 minutes. Can I draw one more character in 20 minutes, guys? I don't know if I can draw Harley Quinn in 20 minutes. I could try. Should I try to draw Harley Quinn in 20 minutes, guys? Okay, I got 20 minutes. Why don't I try to draw Harley Quinn here in 20 minutes, guys? Let's set Harley Quinn. How about a Dead by Daylight mural? I've never heard of that property, my friend. I'm doing a commission for my dad's friend for free. He said I must learn how to be humble. You do live in Africa though, Elijah. So I know the dynamics are a little different over there. So yeah, it's hard when it's your parents and their friends. It's hard. I've been there, buddy. Don't worry. The time will come when you'll get what you need, right? So let's see here. Question here. Dripped out monkey. Oh, this monkey's dripped. See the drip on that monkey? Dripped out monkey. James, do you have a real life job? Well, again, like I mentioned before, I do still make money on YouTube. It's not like I'm making no money. I'm making some money, but not enough to hire 2-3 people full time. I just don't have that much money. I have enough to live on. But also I do YouTube consulting and being a dad. And that's my real job. Xavier R says, would you draw mechs like Megazord and Krang's android body? Maybe a most detailed ever, or you're not doing those anymore? I am definitely doing most detailed. And in fact, maybe we should talk about that. I would like to do one sooner than later. So maybe I'll put a poll out of what detailed drawing you would like me to do. But Krang is not a bad idea. I would love to do a Krang body. That'd be fun. That would be fun. I definitely would love to do that. Okay, under 18 minutes. Let's see if we could do a Harley Quinn. Let's try, guys. Let's try. 18 minutes left in the stream, guys. I'm just going to refresh the page one more time. And then once I'm done... Okay, there's no more questions here. Okay, so let's go rapid fire, guys. If you have a question about art for the last 20 minutes, go to the chat. You don't have to go to the community tab anymore. Just go to in the chat itself. Ask me your questions there, and I'm going to answer them in rapid fire style. Okay, that's what we're going to do while I try to draw Harley Quinn in about 17 minutes or so here, okay? Do Harley Quinn in 17 minutes. Do Harley Quinn in 17 minutes. Here we go. Any tips on drawing fur? That's tough too. Fur is always a tough one. Okay, this is from Xander. In terms of drawing fur, again, go with the lighting. Add the detail where you think the lighting is. The way the fur wraps around a certain body part. Okay, imagine the light wrapping around there, and then you add the fur. It's kind of hard to say without actually doing it, but off the top of my head, that would be the best way to do it. Okay. Abba says you could do it. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's see. Art Dad does portraits for free. Right on. But they're for patients. That's different, though, Art Dad. Come on. That's different. That's for patients. Can you imagine somebody do that, though, Art Dad? You imagine doctor going, hey, I did this drawing for you, patient. They're like, yay, okay, that's $20. No, you can't do that. There you go. Let's see here. Can you get into the art industry as a teen and get paid? Elijah says, yes, you absolutely can. But I will also say to you, there's no rush, guys. There's no rush to get in. Okay. Well, maybe there is for you. Okay. Again, you live in Africa, but depending on your situation, if you're able to live comfortably, you don't need the money. Take your time. You have a lot of time, guys. Remember one thing. You know, Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, they get a lot of credit for creating the Marvel universe that we know today. Marvel characters that we know today. Remember that Stan Lee was 40 years old when he started all that Marvel stuff. 40 years old. Okay? You have a lot of time, guys. You have a lot of time to figure it out. I say at this point, you're very young. Master your craft. Work on getting better. Work on being the best artist you could be. And it will come. Money will come. Okay? So take your time. All right? Let's see here. Next question. Let's see here. There's a lot of questions coming in right now. Let's see here. Gundam mural, Abba says. Yeah, maybe. That's a lot of work. You know, I mentioned earlier, when you mentioned something and then you get tired. I just got tired. Because even just drawing one is hard enough. You know how many Gundams there are out there? Oh, man. Drawing one is tiring enough. One is tiring enough. So maybe not. But I enjoy drawing Gundams, but they're just so deep. And for the amount of work I want to do for them, because I don't want to lazily draw a Gundam. I want to have fun with it, right? You never lazily want to do types of work. You just want to have fun. So, we'll see. Let's see here. Drawing by hand says, can you draw Jace Wheeled Warriors? I haven't heard of that. But maybe I could look that up, my friend. Andrew says, right now I'm working on, and I lost it there, a piece to draw, create little person for like a simple poster. Is there any topic theme? I'm not sure. Maybe some people in the chat can help you out there. Am I putting Kevin himself in here? I'm not sure. Okay. That's why I also didn't want to label this video as a Kevin Conroy drawing. He is the reason why we're doing this drawing, for sure. But I don't know if I actually want to include him in the drawing itself. I'm not sure. Let me think about it. Okay. Well, we'll see. All right. Let's see here. What do you think about doing it, Risky? What do you think about doing a TMNT drawing video? Yes, next on the weekend, my friend, on the weekend. So wait for the weekend. We're gonna have some fun, okay? How much time do I got? By 13 minutes, no problem. Next question. Okay, Elijah just wants to give the money to the family. There you go. Again, if you're good enough to get paid working right now, for sure, by all means. But imagine how great you're going to be 5 years from now. Imagine you invest in yourself. So just say you were able to make money as a teenager. If you take that money and invest in yourself so you're an even better artist, how much better you're going to get, how much more money you're going to make by investing in yourself. Okay? So that's why I always say to you guys, especially at your young age, there's no rush for everything. Take a step back, learn if you're able to, if you have the means to. If you have the means to learn, why not? And take the time to really figure out what you want to do and how to master your craft. There's always time. There's time. Okay? Let's see here. Leonardo da Vinci in a Marvel style? Did I do that? I think I did do something like that before. Let's see here. Where? Okay. What other drawing jobs does Marvel have besides sequential art? I love do character covers. Well, of course, you got the Marvel Studios where they do concept design. Like art all encompasses. You could do storyboarding at video game companies from Marvel. In Marvel Animation, there's lots of jobs in Marvel Animation. So yeah, definitely there's more than just comics. Okay? There's more than just comics. Now, again, we're probably talking a little bit more about Disney than Marvel. But yeah, but remember also that if you wanted to get into concept art, so do the top concept artists in the world. The competition to work for Marvel in concept art, it's intense because everybody and their mother wants to work for Marvel as a concept artist. So you got to get good. Kirby was 44. There you go, Apple. That's right. My age. I could be the next Jack Kirby, guys. I'm calling it right now. I'm the next Jack Kirby. Apple's the next Stan Lee. Okay, me and Apple. There you go. We're starting the next Marvel Comics. We're calling it Carvel Comics. I don't know. We're calling it Farvel Comics. I don't know. We're calling it something like that. We're in the next Marvel Comics, my friends. There you go. I apologize. Like, the chat's going so fast here. Let's see here. Next question. Need an Uncle James saga? I agree. Let's see here. Digimon? Weblay, what's Digimon? Maybe one day, for sure. Let's see here. Could I do a Horizon mural? Again, I did a Horizon Zero Dawn video before. I'm not sure. Probably not a full mural, because I'm not too familiar with the game. If I'm going to spend all that time on a mural, and how much time do I get? Oh, 9 minutes. I don't know if I can finish in time. If I get to spend all that time on a mural, it definitely has to be something I like to do, or I'm very knowledgeable in terms of the property. It has to be something that I know very well and that I'm a big fan of. And I don't know Horizon Zero Dawn that well, though I do love a lot of the imagery in that game. So I could definitely see myself do another piece, but I can't see myself doing a mural of it. Okay, so let's see your question. Ray's Comics. That's right, Ray's Comics. Me and Apple gonna start company Rizapple. Rizapple Comics. There you go. No, Apple. I'm not sure. Are you still doing the Guardian Knight stuff? Apple has a comic book company that he has called Guardian Knight Comics. Are you still running that comic book, or is that done? They're Apple. But Apple has produced comic books before. It was called Guardian Knight Comic Books. Some really, and some amazing artists he worked with. So, yes, he's working on 2 titles right now. So, Apple's already the next Stanley, right there. So, Apple's working on Guardian Knight Comics. Right there, he's working on 2 titles. So, there you go. Party Poison says God of War. This might be your first stream. Party Poison. Party Poison, if you want God of War, I just drew God of War yesterday. Okay, I just drew God of War yesterday. Or unless you're just saying make a bigger one of God of War. Okay? Apologies for laughing. You know me, I like to laugh, guys. You guys know me. Well, I'm a laughing guy. I like to laugh. I love to laugh. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. Sherlock versus Batman. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I actually kind of thinking. Night Owl and Gears of Bone. There you go, my friend. I was just looking at my Gears of Bone comic the other day because I was in the basement, so cleaning out some things. Okay, how about Manifest, the show? I've heard of the show. I haven't really seen it before. First stream, Party Poison. Yeah, so check out yesterday if you're a fan of Gears of War. If you're a fan of Gears of War, don't watch me. I don't know how to draw properly. But if you're a fan of God of War, go watch that. Go back and watch the replay of the streams the last 2 days. And I did a God of War piece that we finished up yesterday. And thank you to everyone who watched over the weekend. We had some great time. Hello, Zelo. How are you? Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Okay, how are we doing, guys? 6 minutes left. And good thing that Harley Quinn here is not terribly complicated. So, one good thing, again, guys, about doing this in 2 days as opposed to 1 is that I could come back tomorrow with fresh eyes, as we say. And I could take a look and see if I still like what I did. And if not, I could try to fix it or try to do things to make it better. But I think we could actually add a whole bunch of characters tomorrow. We can do a lot of things. So, when do you stream? Every morning. Every morning I stream. 4 a.m. Eastern to 7, around almost 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Okay, every day. All right. If I need to leave earlier, I will let you know. But for the most part, unless you hear from me directly, those are usually the times I'm going to be streaming, okay? So come and hang out and learn. And that's the most important, guys. Learn. Make sure you learn. That's why you're here. Okay? 5 minutes. Oh no! 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So any last minute questions, my friends? Go for it. Any last minute questions, if you want to ask me, by all means, now's your chance. Now's your chance to ask if you have any questions. Do I stream every day? A Prehistoric asks. For the most part, I have been for the past... we've been going for over a week now. We've been going for over a week, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've highly enjoyed every single day with you guys. So thank you for that. It's nice to see. It's like pens are growing out of my backpack, about my back, eh? Can you see that? It's like a pen. It's like I got like swords, Bobby. Right? If I do this, it's got like I got swords. Like yes, I'm gonna draw. Let me grab my sword. Let me grab this here. I'm gonna grab this. Here we go. There you go. Draw the Batmobile. Nah. Draw. Well, will I draw the Batmobile? No, I don't think I have space for the Batmobile. And we are coming up to it. 3 minutes left, guys. 3 minutes. And I'm just cruising. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm probably going to come back and finesse a lot of this. Probably a lot of it. Like add some more rendering and stuff like that, but we'll see. Will I be adding colors? Yes. But colors is something I actually don't do live. Okay? Because either I want the option whether if I'm in a bind and I want somebody else to color it, I can. Or if I have time to do myself, I will. So it all depends. It all depends. And then her arm is dark. How much time we got left? 2 minutes left, guys? 2 minutes left? 2 minutes left in the stream? My friends, 2 minutes left in the stream. Yeah, I should color... You know, if I'm going to color it in matte color, I might as well just... I might as well just color it myself. If I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll do that, guys. Tomorrow, if I'm able to just get the characters I want in here, maybe I'll just color myself. I was thinking about doing some nice computer coloring for this, but if I'm just going to do the matte colors, like literally, I could just... Or do maybe two-toned. Maybe two-toned. You know, if I'm going to do that, I could do that live. That's not a big deal. How much time we got there? 1 minute, 30 seconds? 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the stream, guys. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the stream. Then I gotta jet. I gotta get going. Gotta start my day. And again, this is a wonderful way for me to start my day hanging out with you guys. And just drawing, telling some stories, having some fun, hanging out with all of you cool cats here. Sakura Man, I'm Sakura Man. That's right. Tell Sakura they should hire me as their mascot. Ooh, Who is that? It's Sakura. Oh, the of course. Of course, right when we're about to finish. 50 seconds left. The battery goes out. There you go. 50 seconds left. All right. That's okay. There you go, guys. There we go. There we go. All right, and of course, with how many seconds? 20 seconds left. Oh no, guys, 20 seconds. Oh no. Oh no, 11 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Hooray! Whatever. Okay, guys. Part 1 of our tribute. Looking at it all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Okay. We're going to add a few more characters tomorrow. And maybe we will color this live together. So I'll probably color for a couple hours. And then we will go ahead and color it for a couple hours after that. Okay. Thank you guys for joining in the stream. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. I want you guys to hear this. All right. You know what? Something? You know something, guys? You know what? You're the best. You. Yeah, you watch it. Hey, you. Put the Cheetos down. You're the best. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you differently. You are the best. Okay? And we're best friends. And I'm happy to see you here every single morning. You guys are the best, man. Love you all. Thank you guys for watching, for hanging out today. And in the words of the late, great Kevin Conroy, I'm going to end the stream by saying, I'm Batman. Am I Batman? I'm Boxman. Boxman? Batman. Huh? Okay, I'll work on that tomorrow. We'll do it better tomorrow. Take care, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.